is low tier god. I can't believe it. LTG himself.
LTG is a sexy man. $30, he'll turn on his webcam.
Alright, so let's just get started with the LTG stuff. And then after all that, we'll go back to the recent stuff. So you know more about LTG than I do. I know a little bit more about Phil, I think. But we'll see.
No, I know enough about both these idiots, but like it's my problem with Dell's problem, and fuck that name, DeLon Sparrow. Like, I mean, Dell's problem, his ego. Like I've said in videos, like I've said before, this is a black man in America in his 40s, about 2-3 years younger than me, who has a platform and fans, who instead of being somebody that could, move mountains, inspire people, teach people differently, he is playing into every black stereotype that's negative against the black people in America. He's adding to the negative stereotypes instead of standing on top of them and going against them. That's my biggest issue with Dell. Like, I mean, you're making the black community look like everything that racist people and all the stereotypes say that black people is. Like, everything negative that they say we are. Like, you're adding to it that he want to stand on the pedestal like new age black and I'm this, I'm that, I'm going to be great, I'm going to be a movie star, I'm going to be famous. Like, no. You're infamous. You're always going to be infamous. Like, if this man were to get a Hollywood deal, a Netflix deal, whatever, it's going to go out the window within a month's time, if not sooner, if not a little bit later. Like, he's not going to be able to hold that down because of what he does online.
Right.
Because
exactly.
his ego is in the way. He's destructive. He is self-destructive. He is negative. He attacks people for disagreeing with him. He has not yet learned. It doesn't matter how big your audience is, what kind of platform you have. You can't attack people for disagreeing with you. You're going to be on the internet like that. You're going to show your face. People are going to disagree with you. And his problem is he thinks it's all dudes. Like, oh, this is just a bunch of gay men attracted to me to hate me. No, this female detractors are LTG. That's another egotistical thing I don't like about him. He thinks every woman on this planet wants him. He has females that hate his ass. And he has females that have way better looking boyfriends than he'll ever be. There's females that dislike him who have mates and husbands and baby daddies who look like Bobby fucking Lashley or Dwayne The Rock Johnson. No, they don't want you. It's not just men that hate you. And I dislike you because you're a black man in America looking like a typical black man in America, which is not a good thing.
Right.
But this is about Phil. Yes, Phil was clout chasing. He was clout chasing
100%, yep.
with that whole thing with LTG. But that still doesn't exclude the fact that LTG is a dick. So you got two dicks sword fighting online. Like they was in a bathhouse or something. But instead of, this is one of those situations, instead of me sitting there wanting to watch a sword fight, not wink wink, I shook my head in shame because you have an egotistical idiot who thinks that he's the next coming to Denzel Washington and he never will be. Then you have this idiot over here who lives in the fantasy world at the end of the fucking day. And I've said this before too. At the end of the day, I'll study this type of behavior. They're both sociopaths. They are both narcissistic to astronomical levels. And they have traits that you will only find in serial killers and mass murderers. Mental, psychological traits. If these idiots started killing people, it wouldn't surprise me. Because they already have the traits of fucking people who history is despised. Like, it's what it boils down to is, and they're not going to do it because they're too old to change. You got All these lolcows, not just Dell, not just Phil, all these lolcows, they just need to take a nice long look in the mirror, see where their problems are, admit to their problems, stop doing those same problems, grow up, apologize, a real apology, not some EDP or Miranda Sings apology or Kevin Leonardo apology. Sit there, a real thought out, meaningful apology about the shit you've done. And maybe, just maybe, people will start liking you. King Sly said it best. If Phil stopped being Phil, the detractors will disappear tomorrow. But Phil will never stop being Phil. Dell will never stop being Dell. And yes, Dell does have a bigger fan base than Phil, which I find it hard to believe that because Phil is more despised and more talked about than Dell. Like, you still there, right, my friend?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just listening.
Like, if you think about it, right? Ask yourself this. How many detractors does Phil have? How many YouTube channels dedicated to restreaming, talking about, analyzing his videos? How many detractors showed up in that Decepticon 15 Years of Hate video?
That was such a good video, too.
That was a beautiful video
It
by
was great.
Decepticon. He did a better 15-year anniversary than Phil ever could.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Phil has detractors who dedicate hours. Hours. Look at the Dent C scrolls. The longest one I've seen is, 5 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Phil has detractors that dedicate hours into breaking him down. Dell only has clips. The longest video I seen on Dell might have been 2 hours. 2. But yet he has a bigger fan base. Meanwhile, Phil has more detractors, and he has more comical content aimed at making fun of him. So it's like, you got a scale with both these two idiots on it. And that scale ain't never going to be completely balanced because it's like a seesaw going up and down, up and down. This one got more fans. Well, this one got more detractors. Like, at the end of the day, they're both idiots. But yes, Phil did try to, he tried to jump on the Dell bandwagon. Get some of that attention, that clout, get some of them 200, of those 2,000 to whatever fans would be in Dell's chat every fucking night. Phil tried to get a hold of that.
Which, do we know if, I wouldn't put it past LTG to view bot himself either, though.
That's part of it. And, the other big part of it, that because he's been on Gideon's stream, he's done podcasts with Gideon, he's done podcasts with, other prominent YouTubers, not as prominent as like a Logan Paul or Marky Pyler, but prominent enough that he took some of their fan base. Because if you notice, when he's on somebody else's stream, that's when he behaves himself.
Right.
Like, and I hate to admit this. Like when I think yeah, it might have been the Fresh and Fit. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I forget. It might have been. No, it wasn't Fresh and Fit. It was something else. Some other prominent black YouTuber. He was Dale was on the show with him and a couple other people. It wasn't Fresh and Fit though. And like he actually said some intelligent shit. It was contradictory, but he said some intelligent shit. And it was about how black people in America again, African Americans in America, a lot of them, they hold each other down with jealousy, hatred, envy, feeding into the stereotypes that's against, African Americans. Okay, but see, you could admit that. He sees that like I see it. But here's the difference between somebody like me and somebody like Dill. You're adding to the stereotypes. I'm not. I'm not out here being some negative Negro online with a platform saying negative stuff about other black people. He is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here just trying to be a human. A human that likes peace, that likes happiness, that likes harmony. A human that likes the same sex, whatever the case may be. Trying to live my life. Be happy. Inspire somebody. Meanwhile, Dale says the sky is orange. You say, no, it's not. It's red. The next thing you know, he's got 20 your mama jokes. He's banning you from the chat. He's sending his crazy ass weirdo fans after you. He's doing DMC takedowns on your YouTube videos. He's the whole nine, all because he said the sky was orange and you said no, it's not. The sky is pink, and oh my God, you can't disagree with Dale Wilson,
right? And
but the bottom line is, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You were about to say something.
I was just gonna say. So it's like at the end of the day, it's just two different types of narcissists butting heads, right?
Yes.
Because they're different types.
Yes.
Like Phil is like more manipulative in his narcissism, where it's like, no, I'm ugly, I'm no one, I'm stupid. But in deep down in reality, he really does think that, right? And he's trying to like fish for compliments, and his chat is like, oh no, you're not, Phil, you look great, blah blah blah. And LTG's over here like, I know I'm king, shit, I know everything. So it's like, yeah, two different types of narcissists just going at it. And the like one's trying to clout chase the other one's like shitting back at him. We'll get into it, but yeah, it's just a mess.
It is a mess. It is a mess, and the big problem with that is, like you said, like Dale, he thinks he's, for lack of better words, invincible. And Phil's problem, Phil's in his own little world. Basically Phil's in the Truman Show.
Yeah, basically.
He's in the Truman Show. Phil is in the Matrix. Like, he's stuck in the Matrix. If he steps outside the Matrix, that's why he hates to leave his house. If he steps outside the Matrix, he knows he ain't shit. But if he stays in the Matrix, I'm the best streamer and I deserve this and nobody plays games like me, nobody's more entertaining than me. Then the other side of that spectrum is, again, Dale. Like, he looks down upon everybody like he's Zeus. And everybody's a bunch of mortals.
Yeah, DSP definitely took the blue pill. Yeah, he's like, no, I'm gonna stay asleep. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's going to stay asleep. He wants to stay stuck in that matrix. That's why he hates leaving the house, even for toiletries and cat food. And
I think another part of it is just his paranoia is insane. It's like fully ramped up 100% too.
Yeah, well, I mean, he shouldn't have pissed off Ja.
Well, yeah, he pissed off a lot of people, and so he's all freaking out.
Exactly. And I mean, Dale is guilty for that too. People have called him out when he ran his mouth and he made excuses or he ducked. Or people like Castle Kingside, a big, powerful Samoan brother from also in California, who all he did was go on stream. After Dale pissed him off, all he did was go on stream at the gym, bench press 500 pounds, and then, now Dale refuses to even bring this man's name up.
Yeah.
That's all he had to do was bench press 500 pounds and, look at the camera, and Dale shook. He shook. He know better. I mean, me personally, like my highest so far is like 295, 300 as far as bench pressing, but I'm not going to sit there and try to fight somebody who could bench press 500 pounds. He could bench press 200 more pounds than I can. Right. Of course, I'm not going to try to fight him either. Yeah, no, why? For what? Like, I know I'm going to lose that fight, but still, like, Dale ran his mouth. I'm not going to run my mouth to somebody I can't beat. Like, no. Like, no, I'm just going to avoid it altogether. Like, you got it. Like, there's no point. But I mean, yeah, people say Dale got the W with this one. Technically, yes.
Because even someone like LTG can still get a W off of Phil. That's how bad Phil is.
Yeah, like that's how bad Phil is.
And he did it right. He said his piece and then he fucking banned him. So he won't so Phil can't ever talk back to him. At least in the cut off his communication with him. He cut off communication with him. So he doesn't have to read or hear any more from his bullshit. But let's get on to it. No, sorry.
Go ahead. No, even though that last DM that Dale sent, that DM was like atrocious with like spelling errors.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, it was pretty bad.
It just shows you the mindset of Dale. like he needs to go back to like middle school or some shit.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that. That's at the end.
The name of the video, and I don't quote me on this, it's not word for word.
I think
But
it's
the name
actually.
of the video is something like this. You ready? I was enjoying it because I was actually watching it neutrally. I wasn't against LTG. Let's talk about the actual content, all right? Chat didn't seem to work like my chat, right? So he's basically, you know, he's...
All right, maybe it is the whole thing then. Sorry.
Everything you do, and I'm thinking...
I thought it was like the second half of the video.
Like a salty compilation video, right? Like it's
Well, I
gonna
mean,
be
you
like
skip
a
if you want.
10-minute video.
Well, I'm gonna speed it up a bit.
About Street Fighter 6 people mashing, jabbing, interrupting everything he does. That's what I thought it was gonna be. All right. So I click on the video, and much to my surprise, that's not what it is at all. What this is an hour-long edit where basically they took matches that he was playing.
I don't think that's too fast. I think they can still hear, understand what
he
he's saying.
But at the same time, it's not like there were matches where he was getting like blown out constantly and freaking out. I don't know. I just think what it is that people like to act like things are way more drama than they are. I didn't find the video to be too overdramatic at all. Like, I mean, he got angry a few times during the match.
So this is the first one. This is the first time where apparently he saw some clip compilation.
I don't know. Like, it was fascinating because I've literally never
LTG.
watched LTG gameplay before. Just being honest, the first time I've ever watched this guy play anything. I don't watch his content.
And this has happened again and again. Phil just
and
keeps
I actually watched almost the entire
like
video.
Phil doesn't understand in his dumbass brain that he's insulting people. Like, it's low key, but he's still he can't talk about someone without insulting them unintentionally.
His layout.
Because like, even if it's unintentionally, he's still insulting them.
LTG from every CEO tournament for life.
Here's my layout when I stream. Okay.
And your layout sucks, Phil.
You know, okay. Keep in mind, this
Well,
camera
here's
should
the
be
thing,
fitting
right?
into this frame right here.
Everything Phil talks about circles back to
my
money.
layout is a minimalist
It
layout,
does.
all right? And what I mean by that is, as you can
Because
see,
remember,
I give
the
game
biggest thing here
95%
was
of the real estate on my screen.
the
For me, when
biggest
I'm playing
fucking
games,
thing
it's
here
about
was, oh,
the
he
game,
has
right?
2,000 people watching
LTG
his
layout.
stream.
Yeah, and he got
Nobody's
jealous.
tipping.
And he got jealous.
Nobody's
left-hand
tipping.
corner, and he's got a big widescreen camera. Below him is his stream chat. And I think he's streaming on Twitch currently. So below him is the Twitch. So this whole third of the screen over here.
Phil, a lot of people actually like to see their own chat on stream. Like, you know, like a lot of people actually do that. For the help of the actual viewers and
Then
everything.
over here, like this segment of the screen is the game, but it's small. It's like crushed, like small. And then he's got like
Not everyone's as blind as you are
stuff on
either.
the bottom of the screen running that says what music he's currently playing. He's one of those streamers that he doesn't use the game's natural soundtrack. He has one of those things where he plays his own custom soundtrack, and it's all video game music, which, by the way, I actually liked a lot of the music. He's playing like old Street Fighter tunes and stuff. I was like, this is good music, actually. Some, but not all of it. Like, he was playing like Mega Man X8, and I was like, ugh, I can't stand the later Mega Man X shit. But he was doing some good stuff. He was like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, old Mega Man games. I was like,
Probably all random.
Like, this
He
stuff. But
does play a lot of video game
I want the natural
and
soundtrack from the game to come through.
and
I never
anime
understood
music and
streamers
shit
who
in the
play other music
background.
over the
Like,
game. I don't know. I guess
but here's the
it's always a common
thing.
thing or a
What
popular
pisses
thing
me
to do.
off about
I never did
that
I
with
always played
Dill,
the game soundtrack.
I don't
right?
even think he's a fan of that
So
shit.
he's doing that. And
He just does that
but the other thing with their stream
for the
stats going on,
ambiance.
And the stream stats were bad.
Like, that's going to
Okay, allow me
attract
to explain what I
people.
mean by that.
I
According to
see.
his stream stats,
Like,
when LTG streams
you
Street
know,
Fighter 6,
like,
he's got
because he was
2,000
playing the Samurai Champloo soundtrack one
Really?
time.
LTG.
I don't even
has
think he really knows what
2,000
Samurai
live viewers on
Champloo
Twitch
is.
stream Street Fighter 6.
Right.
That's great.
I don't think
I
Dill
was
is somebody that
my
watches
jaw dropped.
anime.
I was like,
Probably not.
holy shit. He has 2,000 viewers when he plays Street
Yeah,
Fighter 6.
see,
He's gotta
that's
be one of
just
the
it.
top Street Fighter
He's
6
jealous.
guys.
It goes
It's
back
all
to the
jealousy.
I'm not aware that the FGC gets that kind of views on just random. I know if it's a tournament stream or whatever, but this is him just randomly playing, right? Views, views, views. I don't want to be Mr. Views. I mean, he's doing something right. If that's his honest.
So stop
viewership he gets every
bitching.
time he plays Street Fighter 6.
Or maybe we should
He's doing really
exactly
good for
copy
himself.
what he
And that's
does
good
then,
for
huh,
him.
Phil?
Like, I was actually blown away. I was like, I had no clue this guy got that kind of attention.
No, because
So that was interesting.
Phil, sadly, and I
But the
hate to
thing
say
that got
this,
me at the
he's
same time
not as
was-
appealing as Dill.
Like, for example,
No.
he has his chat on the screen. I didn't see a single piece of
And I hate
intelligent
to say
thought on
that.
his chat. Like, it just
Then
seemed
again-
like the
again,
normal
my
protocol, the
biggest
Twitch stream
problem
monsters
with
for fighting
Dill
games, they're just spamming dumb memes
is
and shit.
that
They're insulting him when he's
stop
playing.
being
They're just
negative.
toxic. And I was looking at this and I'm like, I don't
you know,
actually see a single
dial
reason to have
back
that
the
on the
ego,
screen.
but
Like, it's not
he
adding
won't
to the
do that.
stream. In my opinion,
He'll
actually
never
took
do
away.
that.
I would rather see more of the game than the chat. The chat was too distracting and was very stupid.
And
Like, I
people
didn't
say
get why
he
the chat
needs
was on
his
the screen.
ass
He
to
didn't-
be
wasn't
humble.
getting
They'll
at
get his
anything.
ass when they
You know
go
what I'm saying?
humble.
Like, the audience that was there, yeah, a lot of them were toxic towards him.
He
And I was
he
like, I
can
don't
get
think it makes
straight
sense to have
knocked the
that
fuck out
stream,
on
you know what I'm
camera.
saying?
One hit wonder.
So I didn't understand.
Somebody
that.
go
The other
across
thing
his
that got me,
jaw.
I'm
He's
gonna be
laid
honest,
out
I'm
for like
shocked.
5 minutes.
Honest.
He's gonna get back
So I
up.
watched this. It was an hour. Now
He's
I guess
gonna
this
be a
hour
bitch.
comprised
He's
two
gonna
different
press
sessions,
charges.
a Friday night session and a Saturday
You know,
session.
they go all
both
that
times he's
other
playing it
legal
from 2 to 4 in
bullshit.
the morning.
And
He has
then
the
he's
time
right
of
back
his local time
with
on the screen
black
to play
eye
it.
or
And I'm
not,
like, jeez.
busted lip
But
or
I could
not,
never imagine
talking
playing Street Fighter
shit,
2 to 4
being
in the morning.
negative
That would not be the
Dill.
time that I want to play it.
Negative
You know what I mean? Like,
Nancy.
I'd be playing it.
That's why I
the
never
prime
outright
time,
say I
and he's
will
playing
beat
like 2 to 4
Dill's
in the
ass
morning.
because
Like,
one, it ain't
right?
worth it.
I don't know how he's doing that, not falling asleep, honestly.
Look, I'm gonna go to
So-
jail. He's gonna
Phil,
go to
shut
the
up.
morgue.
You're
And
up
the
until
thing that I
hold on.
noticed, so it's, I watched an hour. It was an hour video.
Sorry.
But each, the segment, I guess.
No, it's cool. It's the same thing with Phil. There's people
I'm
who want to
noticing-
beat Phil's ass. But what are you going to get
With
out of that?
2,000 viewers.
Phil
Okay,
can't
this is me
fight.
being honest. This is not me shit talking.
No, I was gonna say
Phil
like
wasn't getting many contributions
Phil's
at
been
all.
up still like at
Like, he
3
had
or
on
4 in the
screen, he has
morning,
all
like
this shit
on
drunk
the
texting or
screen.
typing
At the
anyway.
top of the
So
screen,
Yeah, I
it's
shout out
like,
Phil.
I
this
know
person
what you was
resub
about
for
to
this many
say, but
months,
like
this
it's the
person- or
same
whenever
thing
someone
with
will
Phil.
contribute,
Like
there'd be
people,
like a pop-up on a screen that's a
people
covenant or
wanna
something.
physically
Sometimes
hurt
someone
these
gives, like, a
lolcows.
$3 tip. It would
and
be
for real,
the
for real,
icon
the only
to say
lolcows that
something
really
that they
need
wanted
their
to say
asses
or
whooped
whatever,
is
right?
EDP,
So
White
he's basically,
Bowser,
he's talking and
and you
doing
know
gameplay,
maybe a few
and
others.
he's got
But I mean,
2,000
even
viewers on the
then,
screen,
like,
and the only thing I'm seeing is
what's
toxic
it gonna
shit in
get
chat
you?
and really very few people supporting him. And I was like, wow, that kind of sucks. Imagine if you were getting tons of viewers, but maybe what it is that the
All
vast
right,
majority
so
of viewers this guy gets
who
are
would
all
you
people who
who
don't
would
like
you
him,
think
and he's
like
being real
deserves
toxic
to
to him.
be
I actually started to feel a little bad. I was like, that sucks ass. If that's the
beat
case.
up
Again, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever watched
out
this
of all the
guy's
I mean,
lolcows
content. Imagine
if you had to
bringing
pick
in
one?
thousands of viewers. Tons of viewers.
I mean, EDP
But the people
because
there
he
just to
actually was
basically
about
get
he
the
was
dump on
actually
you,
on some
rather than actually
PDF
support
shit.
what you're doing.
He
Like, I
got
was like,
caught,
that sucks,
you know, on
right?
some PDF
For
shit.
me, listen, I know I got trolls.
So, like,
but I also know that I got
if
blue
anything,
number
he
of people.
deserves
Every
jail
stream I
time.
do, we got hundreds of people who are here to be
Like,
positive, to be
him,
happy,
White
to have a good time with
Bowser,
me.
you
It's not
know,
every single time I
has
play a game, people are
been
hitting up. Listen, you guys
proven
razz me. I
PDF
get it.
shit
When I play
going
Street Fighter
on.
especially, you guys fucking razz me.
Like,
all right, I get that.
People like
But
that, yeah.
I was just shaking my head.
But
I
for
don't get it.
somebody,
I see
people
a toxic
saying,
chat. By the way,
like,
this was another thing too.
Dill,
His chat wasn't really
Wings,
moving that much, and I'm wondering if he has a lot of moderation on his chat.
Review
Because his chat
Tech,
wasn't moving,
Phil,
like,
they
there's
need their
2,000
ass
people on the
whooped
stream.
for what? They ain't
Why
gonna
wasn't
do
many
shit.
people chatting? And I'm
They
wondering if
haven't
maybe
done-
because he
they
gets so
haven't
much
done
trolling, he has not a lot
anything
of moderation on his stream
that
like mine.
warrants them
That I
getting
get,
their ass
alright?
whooped.
See, I'm trying to be
Plus, they
reasonable.
wouldn't
This is the
learn
first time I've
anything
ever
from
watched
it either, I
any
don't
of his
think.
content. And
They,
this is how-
they
it's
again, they would
fascinating.
review
'Cause you're
Tech
sitting there
USA, man. He
and
gonna be
you're
right back
watching it, and
streaming
you're
the
just
next
trying to
day.
understand it, because
Dale's
honestly,
gonna be
it was
right
like
back
him.
streaming the
And I'm
next
like, I
day
didn't
after
get it. Like, his
he
chat
files
didn't seem
police
to work
report,
like my
snitches
chat.
like a
His
bitch.
views were way
Phil's
more than
probably
mine,
gonna
but at the
hide
same time, it
behind
seemed like he was
Cat.
getting
Somebody
way
was
less
swing on
support
him.
than me. And I was like, it was so
Well, I mean, look at
confusing.
Ethan
Yeah.
Ralph. He got his ass
It's
kicked
really
multiple
weird. It's
times. He
trying to
didn't
see how
learn
this
shit.
works,
He kept
right?
doing the bullshit.
So anyway, that's
And,
a lot of
and,
people
and
try to think
Wings,
of I
Wings,
have no
Wings,
idea. I'm not
if you
gonna
go
accuse the
swing
guy
on
of
Wings,
anything.
you
I'm
gonna
just giving
stand there
my
like,
factual
yeah,
observations from watching
get a
his
little, I
content,
deserve
okay?
it, fuck
Who
it.
fucking cares? That's my factual observation from what I saw.
He'll sit
alright?
there and get his ass whooped and go right back crying for money.
Now,
Yep. Or use it as a
let's
victim
talk about
segment.
the actual content.
Yeah,
alright?
these
First of all,
lolcows,
immediately when I
man,
started watching,
they-
I wanted to commentate on the match. I was dying to commentate. I was like, dude, I would love to watch
You're
this live with my
terrible at
audience and
commentating
commentate
on
gameplay.
matches. Shut the
And then I'll
fuck
tell ya,
up.
some of the things he says, I agree with when it comes to the gameplay of the game.
Oh my
He's mad
God.
because certain characters are getting away with just jabbing like crazy.
See,
and
I
interrupting his
played
stuff. I
Street
agree.
Fighter 6.
I think
I'll
that
be
the game
back
has a big
playing
problem
Street
with
Fighter
that, that there's
6
certain
again
easy
really,
mode
really
characters
soon.
Who could just fucking walk
Really
up, jab,
soon.
react,
It's coming
jab,
up.
pick jab, and they beat
I'll be
everything.
back playing
And
it
that's actually
again
what the
real
end of the video,
soon.
I think, was trying to poke fun
I
at.
understand
But it's
that
a
whole
valid
thing where
criticism of
now
Street
it's
Fighter 6 in
like,
my
you know,
opinion. So I
you
was
got
kind of
these
agreeing with
people,
you on a lot
they
of
got
it,
like
alright?
easy combo openers,
And,
like they get you.
basically,
They be hitting
I
like
was,
light punch,
I was
light
enjoying it
kick,
because I was
do a
actually
couple
watching
of jab
neutrally.
attacks,
I
and they
wasn't
could
against
easily go into a
LTG,
special
but also I
move
wasn't,
or
like, pro
a
LTG.
super
You know what I'm saying?
special
Like, I
or
was just
some
trying
type
to
of
watch it
combo,
objectively.
but
And I was starting to analyze his
I
gameplay, and I was
mean,
starting to see some flaws in his gameplay that I think that he could dramatically improve his gameplay if he made some
so
changes.
what?
But one thing immediately.
So what, is he
That's
trying
the
to be
whole
like
purpose of
fucking
playing.
Diaphone before LTG, basically? And he's like,
So this was
oh,
gameplay from
Diaphone
Friday and
helped me,
Saturday
so
this
I
past
can
week,
help
so
you
this was
and do
yesterday
this
and the
because
day
I
before.
know everything about
So
the
he plays
game.
2 characters
Shut
in
up.
Street Fighter
You're
6.
terrible at it
No,
yourself.
Marisa? Excuse me.
Phil,
Okay.
Dell and other people, they're
Marisa,
complaining
and
about
JP.
shit.
Those are his two main characters.
That
I don't
if
know
you're
if you use anything
good,
else, but
so
that's all-
what?
for
You
this
can get
compilation,
past it.
That's all that they showed.
You
Is that
could
he had
get
those
past
characters.
it. Like
Okay.
Right, it's like
it's-
so, like from a supposedly
number one, what
ex,
confused me.
like
So he plays
professional.
Street
They're
Fighter 6 a
both
lot, right?
like
I would assume he plays more than me. That's
ex-professional
his game.
fighting
That's
game
his
players or
music
whatever.
in
You should be able to get
2000
past
So,
these
I
scrubby
wouldn't
mechanics.
even give say
right?
I wouldn't even say
So,
professional.
his
They
Marisa
both
Right,
I
they
would
both
assume-
play good.
right,
they
and they
play
were
good
both
enough.
in the
One-star
fighting
diamond.
game community,
Okay,
though.
so kind of same
Yeah.
So it's like
level as
They
you
play
should
good
have
enough.
the base skills necessary to be able to
So it sounds like his
get
Marisa's kind of like a
past
secondary
scrub
character, and
mechanics.
she's like
you would
one-star diamond. Okay.
Yeah, if
But
you
his
get
best
your ass
character
kicked,
is
you
JP,
get your ass
right?
kicked by whether it's by
And
somebody digging into your
only
ass or
two-star
it's by
diamond.
cheap tactics. Oh well,
Right.
get back up and play the fuck again. But you know, like
and I was like, If you've been playing this game nonstop since the game came
Like,
out,
but see, that's
how
pretty
is he only
much
2-star
Dell's
diamond?
character,
My Blanca
allegedly.
is 4-star diamond.
Like, he
And I don't
plays
play
fighting
that
games,
much.
gets
Like,
his
once a week I
ass
play Blanca,
whooped,
if that,
comes up with
and I'm
all
4-star
excuses
diamond.
why he
And I'm
lost.
like, I'm looking at it,
Watch,
and I'm like, I
rinse,
wonder
repeat.
what's going on here.
All while
immediately
doing
that's what hit me.
corny
I was
ass
like,
your
dude, I
mama
thought for
jokes.
sure he'd be like Master. I thought for
Phil,
sure LTG would be
Phil is
Master.
just
I'm not even
garbage
kidding.
at
If he's
games.
playing this nonstop, I thought
Doesn't
he'd be
want to
Master
admit
rank.
that he's garbage
I
at
would think that most
games,
people
and
in
he
FGC
thinks
who are
that
playing real hard are
he's
Master rank
providing
now. I'm one of the few,
entertaining
you know, I
content
like the game. And I
with his
play it once,
weird
but I'm
ass
not
fucking
Master rank.
voice
Number one, I'm
and
not
his
playing it full
stupid
time. And number two,
fucking
I'm playing a
takes, and
variety of
people should
characters.
just
So I got
throw
Blanca, Luke,
thousands
Lily,
upon
Zangief,
thousands
Ryu,
and thousands of dollars.
well, I'm having a brain fart now. The character side.
Add it.
I'm actually having a legit brain fart.
So you can buy
Marisa,
DoorDash,
right? And then
McDonald's,
I do variations of other characters as well, like throwing in like Honda or Dalsim or other characters. You know, I played a variety of characters over the course that I've played this game.
And the Phil use that's another thing about Phil. Dell is dyslexic. He can't write proper paragraph.
Right?
Phil uses words wrong.
2-star diamond. Now, Mango,
Yeah,
Like
he
he
does.
says, I'm
Or
going
he tries to
Yeah,
use
I'm going
words
to
to make him
account
sound
and he's
smarter
switching
than what he
between
really
Alright,
is.
that would be a legitimate reason.
I'm
and
going
that's
into
what I'm
this
looking
game
for, 'cause
cold
my
turkey.
mind was
Like
blown.
that's
I was
not
like,
what
how
cold
can you
turkey
only
means,
use
you
2-star
dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
I really was confused. So that's good
Or
to
he
know.
says
So, you know, he's playing two
purposefully.
accounts. Maybe he's trying
It's
to avoid trolling.
purposely.
Maybe he's trying to avoid fuck-ups that happen to
Purposely.
him.
Not purposefully.
Ricky says he has 2 accounts. One is for JP, one is for Marisa. If he rage quits on the JP, then he'll change to the Marisa. Oh, wait. Well, if that's the case, then that's not what I thought. I thought you guys were saying he has 2 accounts, and he switches and he uses both characters on both accounts, and basically he's diamond in both, but that's why he's never accumulated enough wins to get master on either. What you're saying is he has 1 account just
Who
for Marisa
cares
and
what
1
his
account just for
rank
JP.
is?
So then it doesn't matter. It just means he's not getting the wins.
I mean,
He's trying to
Anyway,
compare himself.
allegedly.
That's all he's
That was
doing.
my
He's
first
trying to
other
compare
observation,
himself.
right? And then the other observation, again,
allegedly
I have
on Street
never
Fighter
seen
6,
LTG
if you
play a
reach
fighting game
master
before.
rank
I'm
with a
serious.
character,
This is my
that
first
means you're
exposure to it
badass.
at all. All right.
Not with
So
Phil.
playing.
Not with Phil. You could
Whenever
just be
something happens
like
that's upsetting to
theoretically, like you
for
could just
example,
grind it out
he's doing
against some
combos, he
scrubby
drops the
people
combo,
enough
and
to
then he
get
mashes jab,
up
and
to
off the
that
jab,
point.
I mean,
giant punish
if you
combos,
play it
like
enough.
100%. Or you know, there was
Most of the
situations
characters I
that
play in
bullshit
Street
that
Fighter
happened
6,
to
I'm
me,
either
too. I'm trying
in
to remember
high
specifically one or
silver
two
or high
that
gold.
happened. Oh, like a Honda, a scrubby
In Street
online
Fighter
Honda.
5,
And
I
he's just getting
I
lucky
could
with
never
reverse
get out of high
shit.
bronze,
And then
so it
Honda,
doesn't
he'll do like a
matter.
random level 3 super. So here's what LTG does. When he's about to lose a match, he closes, he quits the dashboard.
I'll worry
He doesn't
about
close
my
the
rank
game.
next
He
year
just
when I
quits
make
the
an attempt to
dashboard.
go to California
And then he
to
waits like 20
see
seconds,
Dell
and he goes
face
back
to
win.
face and play
And I
against
was
him if
like,
he shows up. But that's
why do
neither
that?
here nor there.
I was actually
Like,
really confused. Like, he's not pulling the plug.
but
He's not,
again,
like,
this
disconnecting,
all
he's
this
quitting.
boils
He
back,
just
all
quits the
this
dashboard.
bullshit that
But then he goes back to the game
Phil's
and he gets the
talking, all
one.
this
And I'm
buying
like,
time.
why is he doing that? And it
He's
wasn't like,
buying
he was
time
doing this,
for
like,
tips.
entire
He's
compilation.
running
He was
his
doing an entire
mouth
compilation. He was doing
just
it,
to
like,
run his mouth,
every match he lost.
and he's
I
clout
was like,
chasing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all this
why is he
is.
doing that? I just couldn't. I was confused.
He was
'Cause here's the thing.
confused.
So
Why
let's
would he
do it.
run his mouth?
Let's say, for example, it's
Why do I
Eagles.
run my
Let's
mouth?
say he
I
just
don't
can't
know.
stand losing and
Oh,
watching
I don't
himself
do that.
Okay. And the thing is, in previous Street Fighter games, maybe he was like, I don't want to give that person the satisfaction of watching a video where I lose to them and they get to see the animation of them killing me.
Not just
But the
that, I
thing is,
hurt
in Street
Dale's
Fighter 6,
feelings,
every
you know.
single match
He
is
blocked me on
archived. Every
Twitter, so
match
that
you
means
play
he's
online,
done heard
the
some of the
code
shit
is
I
there,
just said
and anyone
about
can go watch
him.
it from like a third-party view. Like, you don't have to be
I'm not
watching
blocked by
matches.
Phil, but I'm blocked by
You can go
Dale.
access my matches outside of my streams and watch them back.
I found that
That's how
kind of
Street
cute.
Fighter
Like,
6 works.
you know who I am?
So,
Like,
for him to quit
damn.
to the dashboard doesn't actually like make any sense.
I'm
It's
blocked
stupidity
by
at
Phil
its
on
best.
Twitter.
It's not like you're not
By,
even.
like,
You're
I think
not. I
two
can
of
understand
my
that you're
3
Street Fighter 4 or
accounts.
5. Ha! I'm taking away. the
Did you say
satisfaction
something
of
to him
seeing the
directly?
animation you
No,
beating me,
I-
because
actually, I
quit
think
the
I
dashboard,
did
you
on
can
one
see
of
it
the
in the background,
accounts.
Right? People can go see it right now. Like literally, you can go. You can find his
Yeah,
matches
I've
and
said
see
a
him
couple
lose
of
every
things
match
to
he's ever
Dale
played.
directly,
So
too.
it was very confusing to me that he does it. I didn't
Fucking.
get it. Like I didn't understand what the purpose.
Yeah,
of
they're
that was.
pussies.
And then the other thing that got me,
Exactly.
he would lose a match and he would blacklist the person.
Live it a
Now,
vida
admittedly,
loca.
I think this is a shtick. I think this is 100% his shtick. He does this to get views and he does it because it's funny. When he loses a match, and he'll even say shit like, I couldn't believe it. He's like, he's fighting a platinum player. All right, he's in diamond. He's fighting a platinum. And he's like, oh my God, why am I facing a platinum level player when I'm in diamond? This is unacceptable. I don't know why they're matching me with this player. And then he beats the player, right? That's a free win. That's free points for him to rank up. And he goes, oh, I don't want to play platinum anymore. anymore. And he goes and he blacklists the player, blocks him, so he'll never play him ever again. I was like, isn't that counterproductive? You banned the person who you could easily beat, and you get points to rank up even further. Why did you ban them? Like, why
Look at how bad he's shaking, by the way. His
When,
whole body
if he
is
loses to
vibrating
anything,
right now.
if he loses to a cheap guess, if he loses to a bullshit
Because in the
mix-up,
back
if he
of
drops
his
a combo,
mind,
if he, you know, all these things,
the
he
main
blacklists the
thing
person.
Phil
And I'm
is
thinking to
worried
myself,
about is
I mean,
he has all these
you gotta
views.
think.
He should be
Think about how it works,
getting
how Street Fighter 6 works,
donations
okay? The way
every
the
2
netcode works
minutes.
is that it looks for optimal
I need
connections, but it also looks
2,000
for with
people
skill level
watching
similar
my
to you and
stream
rank, but it
because
also
I'm
looks for
dark
regions.
side.
And a lot of people aren't aware of this, but it does. Street Fighter 6 is
I wonder,
regional.
like, what is that?
So you may have noticed
What is
the
that
last
disease?
time I
all
played Street Fighter
goes
6
back
ranked,
to the money.
sometimes I'm playing the same person 2-3 times in the same session. You might say, wait a minute.
What is that disease
Like,
Michael J.
a million
Fox
people
has?
who
Like
bought this game.
Parkinson's
And
or
even
the
times
shaky?
probably
Yeah,
100,000 people online playing.
you
Why are
said
you
it
playing the
right.
same
I think
people
maybe
over
he
and
has
over? It's
that.
region-based. So a lot of the times I'm playing people
Possibly.
in this
Probably,
Northwest and
but we'll
West
never
over and
find
over,
out.
just
No, of
because
course
Because, you
not.
know, he's not gonna spend
if
money
he's
on
blacklisting
doctors
players,
and shit or doctor
alright.
visits or
What
co-pays.
he's
Not until he
or,
drops down or
you
something
know,
or falls or
he's
something because of
killing
it.
his player pool. And here- well, so let's say
even
I
then
have
he's
no
not
idea
gonna
where
do
he
that
lives.
because,
Zero.
you know,
Let's
he's
say
gotta
lives in New
buy
York City. This
games.
is hypothetical. I have no idea where he lives. If he lives in New York City, and every player
Yes,
he plays
you
and
do,
loses to
Phil. You know where Dell
what he's now
is.
doing is
That
he's
was
making
another
it so that the
thing
game
that
is gonna have to
everybody
say,
believe
okay,
he
fuck
lied.
New
You know
York.
full
Start
well
looking
Dell's in
further- oh, this is
California.
Cali? I didn't even know that. So okay, so start looking further
Yes,
out.
he did.
Outside of your range. So now essentially you're forcing the game to find people with worse connections. So
That's the
now,
fuck he
you're gonna
did. He
face
knew
people who are
Dell was
lagging
on the
you.
West
See
Coast
what I'm
like
saying?
him.
And so if this guy, every time he plays, he's blocking 10, 20, 30 players, he's essentially destroying his whole region. He'll never play anyone from his region. He'll only play people from further away, and all that's going to happen is the connections are going to get worse and worse until eventually when he goes to play, all he's going to have are lagging
I'm
people.
going to the West
So
Coast
doing what
next
he's
year. I'm
doing
not moving there.
is
I'm gonna take a trip to the
counterproductive.
West Coast.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
Take a trip, man.
I'm
We're
watching
gonna
the video,
have
I'm like,
a nice
maybe
little
it's an
sweet
ego
ass
thing with
talk.
quitting the dashboard, but the blocking of the people just
Evo next year, like, yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Eventually, he's gonna have no one
Cool.
to play with that's not gonna lag. And this is a game that he's.
I'm gonna show the
obviously- by way,
fuck
he's shitting
up.
on
Like,
the
I'm gonna see if
concept.
Low
He's
Tier
saying things
God
like,
shows
this game
up.
sucks. This is the most noob-friendly Street Fighter.
In
And I mean,
person,
everyone has said
Negro.
that for every Street Fighter that's come out in the last 15 years. I said it for Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 5, I don't even think Street Fighter 5 was a Street Fighter game. It was a pattern play game online. It was complete shit. Okay? I agree there. Tips, where are they? In fact, hold on a second. I forgot. We didn't hit $30 in tips yet, so we got to turn it. Here we go. We didn't hit $30 in tips yet. So, until we hit $30 in tips, this is the stream, guys. Sorry. This is just how it's got to be.
This is a long ass time ago when he
I
was
think
playing
so.
Fall Guys.
So, it's up to you guys. You guys let me know. But anyway, you know, I was trying to approach it fairly, objectively, and as someone who literally doesn't know anything really negative about LTG besides the memes and shit that you guys say, I was just trying
like
to
you
approach
haven't
it
looked at other
as like a
lolcows.
neutral third
Shut
party.
up.
And I was fascinated. I admittedly, I was sucked
Go
right
bullshit
into
on that.
the gameplay with the
You know,
way he was
Phil
behaving,
knows what's
with
going
his
on with
chat,
everybody,
but then he
Rich.
gets- I
Like,
can't wrap my head around that
Jordy,
he's getting 2,000 views.
Dill.
I had no clue. I had no clue he was that popular in the fighting game community at all.
I
was
mean,
like,
even
wow, I was blown away.
EDP
But
had
again,
the nerve to come
see
at
that,
fucking
and then
Phil.
To see that basically it was a lot of toxic people, and it wasn't really people who were like there to enjoy. They were there to laugh at rather than laugh with or enjoy the game. I was like, oh, that's not good.
Pot
you know?
calling kettle black.
It's very toxic.
All right. Next one is gonna be the one where LTG responds and DSP is
$1,000
reacting to LTG responding to him.
Pot calling kettle black.
And like, I hate to admit it, but like, Phil is so fucking boring if you're just watching him by himself with no filter or anything like that. That's why he doesn't get any viewers. He only gets like what, 200 or 300 viewers per stream. Like, he is like this whole community is spawned up around him because like obviously of the bad shit that he does do. But like, if you were to just like sit there and watch his raw shit, it's just so fucking boring. Like, even
Because
comparatively,
it's the pot calling kettle black.
it's just ugh. Like, he's like the core that helps
layout.
people create
There it is.
entertaining content
Wow.
around him.
Nice and clean.
And remember, this
Right?
is him
Wow,
watching
you
a
immediately know
detractor
exactly
of
where to look
LTG.
and what's going on this stream.
But
Like,
he
wow,
but he
that's
shits on his own detractors and everything, and he'll go over here to this detractor
Whew.
and watch their
Beautiful.
content instead.
Absolutely beautiful. So, you know, it's nice, spiffy, shining stream. Look at that. I mean, do I really have to say a word?
Oh
about
my
his
god!
stream?
Now he's trying to pretend that he's so
Now, there's
superior
no problem.
because
You
his
can do whatever
stream
you
setup's
want.
supposedly
A lot of people
better.
are
It's
set up with
not.
different stream layouts, but like for me, right? For me, when I'm
Pot calling
doing
kettle black.
streaming, okay, I want to make it like 95% about the game. Really, like that's the focus of me streaming is the game. That's the purpose of me having a stream is there's a game going on.
Phil,
Right?
just
Like we're doing
shut
a
up
podcast.
now.
Well, then why do you even have a
Why? Because
Why do you even have a fucking webcam? No one wants to see your ugly ass
But if we're gonna
face.
be gaming. I want it to be about the game. He puts his game into this like tiny box, and then there's chats all over the place. I don't. Now, by the way, technically this is a restream. All right, we're watching an archive of a restream. What's the name of this guy? Izzy Jones 19, who basically he was restreaming LTG. So I actually think
who's also a DSP detractor, if I recall correctly.
Not LTG stream, is that correct? I think that his stream is the whole like everything here to the left of my camera is his stream, correct? Like that's where it cuts off. This chat here under the camera is not his, right? I think I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is, right? That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, how many restreams are we looking at? Well, we're going to be watching a restream, but now there's people that are restreaming this stream. So if you're watching a restreamer restream my stream, but I'm watching
Just like how Vega got that thing on the soundboard.
LTG stream, the restream.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
Watching, so that's quadriception.
I see why.
Inception, doubleception, triception, and quadriception.
Yeah.
Let me pull that out of his ass.
A stream
You
within a
told me to
stream
go
within a stream
die,
is very
Phil.
Which sounds like something else. Sounds like contraception, but it's not. It's quadriception. I swear.
Stop wagging your fingers at us, God.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna start. By the way, Beef just did a $2 super chat, and he's shouting someone out. Oh, is he shouting out this guy? He is. He's shouting out this guy. I guess his name is IMMO342. I don't know. Listen, I'm a newcomer to all of this. I don't watch LTG. I don't watch three streamers. I don't know. All right, so whoever this is, whatever.
Sure.
Sure, you know.
672 did a super chat. Says LTG is a fan of the British Broadcasting Corporation. Oh, excellent. I'm sure he loves down.
Oh my God.
Right? I think that's his favorite
Yeah, this
show.
part. He doesn't know what BBC means.
Well, anyway, Beef, you're the latest super chatter. All right.
He thinks
We're gonna get
BBC
into
is
it.
like the
Ready?
actual
So
channel
how long is this clip?
BBC.
Like I said, I skimmed through it, but I didn't actually watch it. I just skimmed through it, and he was like insulting how I looked. 10 minutes. All right. Well, you know me.
Jesus.
Stuff, it takes a long time, so let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's get the
Yeah. Oh no, he likes the British news. I had no idea he likes the British news.
The restreamer talking to as well as LTG.
Phil,
So let's see.
you're so fucking dumb.
React to a who's
And as someone who's an asexual, I still know what that fucking means.
Try to push it. There will never be an interaction between me and DSP. There's no ties there. We're not in the same correlation of anything. We're not in the same media space. Nothing. Like
I told you.
That's the restreamer.
Media
I
space.
told you. Okay.
Media
trying to push that
space.
narrative.
He's gonna make fun of the way he looks. He's gonna make fun that he's white. He's gonna make fun of his goatee. He's gonna make fun of his receding hairline. He's gonna make fun of that he's almost, like old as shit.
So wow, this restreamer knows LTG so well that he's actually calling out everything he's about to do on his stream. Remember, this is live, so this is his predictions. Let's see if he's
Jesus.
correct. I wonder if he's correct.
I didn't say it, bro, because I know that's.
And he turns like a 10-minute video into like an hour.
Yeah, stop trying to push that narrative. I don't give a fuck if he wants to match with me or not.
What narrative is he talking about? Stop trying to push that narrative. What narrative do people say there is? Because remember, yesterday on this video,
That he's a black DSP, that narrative idiot.
I literally just said, I watched his content for the first time. I didn't like his stream layout. I think it's kind of busy. There's stuff all over the place. It's confusing. And I wish
He's
there
not
was more
even
stream on the
talking to
screen.
you yet.
And I thought that the chat was mostly making fun of him. I didn't see the
my
purpose of
God.
having the chat on the screen because it was people like making fun of him. I also said that it was weird to me that he was only 2-star diamond if he's been playing the game since launch, right? What else? Geez, let's see. I agreed with most of the stuff he said about the game, right? I said, most of his critiques about the game I completely agreed with 100%, right? What else?
Phil, you make me angry,
What
Phil.
narrative was there? Was no narrative. My narrative was
Phil, you make
the first
me
time watching it was
angry,
fascinating,
Phil.
and I wanted to learn more about it because I was trying to figure it out.
Philip.
I guess I said that it was weird because he had 2,000 viewers on his stream, but it didn't seem like he had 2,000 viewers because his stream chat wasn't like flying by like someone who has 2,000 viewers. And in addition, I didn't really see like contributions coming.
Back to
in. It's
money.
confusing. If you have 2,000 viewers, why are you not having anyone contribute to your stream?
He's
It's odd.
pocket watching
I said,
on the
it's not that
people.
He has all hate watchers who just sit there to make fun of him. But it seemed like that because his
Yep.
chat was making fun of him. You see, that's not a narrative. That's an observation. So I have no idea.
Hold on 1 second. Let me use the restroom.
What this
No
narrative
problem.
is.
Do you want me to
All right,
pause
let's
it?
find out.
I guess so.
My services cost.
Huh?
I don't give a fuck if he was talking crazy or not. How can somebody that was too scared to do a podcast for 50 bands talk crazy about me? Nigga, all you had
Huh?
to do is just sit there.
Oh, what does bands mean? I don't know what this urban lingo means. I'm a dumb white guy.
So hold on. Because I decided I didn't want to be on a podcast run by Keemstar, right? He doesn't want to talk to me. What?
Because you're terrible at financial decisions, dumbass. Like, literally everyone, it's universally agreed upon that you should have taken that fucking podcast. Even if the podcast didn't last a long time, or go on for very long, you still would have got $50,000 fucking dollars out of it. The only reason you didn't take it is not because of Keemstar, it's because you wouldn't be able to keep fucking begging for money. Everyone agrees you should have fucking kept doing it.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's because it means you're stupid, Phil. You're a retard. Regard.
I don't want to do with Keemstar, do any business with him, right? I don't want to be on any shows called the lolcow cast because it's disrespectful. It's not beneficial to me or my audience. I'm not going to take 50 grand from Keemstar and be indebted to this guy for the rest of my life and have to basically be his...
And he doesn't seem to understand what the fuck a business contract is either. Like, you do know that it's a contract. You wouldn't be indebted to him for the rest of your life, you retard. It's a contract. So as soon as the show is over with, then you would have been released from that contract. But he doesn't, like, he claims to be a business major, doesn't know what a business contract is.
Thanks for the memories, Game Tricker.
I can keep going on and on and on. It wasn't, oh, just sit here like a lump, right, and do nothing.
Oh my goodness, man.
Receive 50K. It's ridiculous. It's not what it was going to be.
That's basically what it was, though, to be honest. He just had to talk for an hour a week.
I'm lost. How does it, really? Like, well, how does that have any relation to anything, right? Oh.
Like, a man that doesn't hit the gym daily or weekly, you can't speak to me. On top of that, if you're not properly groomed, you can't speak to me. On top of that, if your voice box and vocal cords never deepen, you can't speak to me. You're still rocking in 2023.
Jesus.
You can't speak to me.
He's so insecure.
You can't speak to me.
What?
God complex.
Whoa. That's a lot to unpack right there. That was a ton. That was like rapid fire. All right, so what do you say first? If you don't hit the gym daily, you can't speak to me.
All right.
Okay, it's a little weird.
Let's see. This is why I believe Dale blocked me, because you know I have made a couple of videos calling him out.
Oh yeah.
And you know he got his little bitch ass fans out here. One, and I've said this multiple times. One reason why we'll never fight Dale. One, okay. You look at him, you see how he look, and I said this in King Sly's chat. Me against Dale is like Samoa Joe against Spike fucking Dudley. It's like Kevin Owens against Jungle Boy. All right, it's like fucking Undertaker against Shawn Michaels. No, just no, no, no. And see, this is gonna be Dale's downfall too. He thinks anybody who don't look like him ain't shit. Castle Kingside don't look like Dale, yet Dale's scared of him. LX Dark Sniper don't look like Dale, yet Dale's scared of him.
Well, that's like...
Unfortunately, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say, like, that's kind of a lot like with like bodybuilders and people like that. It's like they build for their muscles, but like they're not built to actually like use the strength. They're built to like look like they're strong. But like actual strong men, like in those strongman competition, they are built like differently. So they look more stout. They look more like wider. They don't look like they're like, you know what I mean? There's two different types. So it's like people that actually are built for strength look totally different from the bodybuilders where they're trying to like accentuate the look of the muscles, but they're not actually that strong compared to the actual strong men.
There's people who work out. There's people who are about fitness, and there's people who are about building muscle.
Right.
Bodybuilders are building muscle. People who are doing fitness are just trying to stay in shape. Dale's trying to stay in shape.
Right.
Dale is not like he fails to realize he thinks somebody who will look like a Mark Henry or a Kevin Owens or even a God rest his soul, a Bray Wyatt or Samoa Joe. Or like people like that. He thinks people like that are sloppy, disgusting, overweight, when that's not even the fucking case. Where you got somebody like Samoa Joe, who is like a fucking black belt judo practitioner, even though he's a stocky Samoan.
Right, exactly, because that has more. Yeah, because that's how people who are actually really strong, like bodybuilding and stuff like that, are more stronger than like people who are just like trying to make themselves look good or something.
Exactly, like I mean, it is anybody who doesn't look like him.
Yeah.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Gideon don't look like Dell, but yet you all on Gideon's dick because Gideon has millions of subs.
Yep.
Kai Cenat don't look like Dell, but he's all on Kai Cenat's dick. After the fact, after he talked shit about him. Like, it's God complex. Like,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
If Dell gets this imaginary movie deal, imaginary Netflix deal, whatever the fuck he trying to get,
that's never gonna
he
happen.
actually does get that one day. But if he does, God bless him. But no, see the thing, is he going to keep it? No.
No.
Even if they overlook the shit that he's done in the past, talking about Brawley Legs, talking about Zero Blast, which is also at one point in time was a young man, a fighting gamer, who transitioned from a he to a she. And in my personal opinion, I think Zero Blast is very gorgeous. Very, very gorgeous. I fucks with Zero Blast. But anyway, he made some transphobic comments about Zero Blast. He made the comments he made about Brawley Legs and all other dumb shit that's come out his mouth over the years. Even if people overlook that shit, Dale could be in Hollywood tomorrow. I guarantee you he ain't gonna last a half a fucking year.
Well, they're trying
to say something. Go ahead.
They're trying to cancel actual actors or comedians or whoever who said something problematic 20-something years ago when the whole social climate was totally fucking different. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so if they do that for a normal comedian, what they're he's never going to even have a chance to do that. You know what I mean?
He's not. And if he does make it to Hollywood Hills, he ain't gonna last a year.
Nope.
He gonna say something stupid, do something stupid, rub somebody the wrong fucking way, and his ass gonna be right back in Lancaster in Section 8. As far as Phil's concerned, Phil is like the fucking Pharaoh from the Old Testament when Moses got the Hebrews out of Egypt. And even the Pharaoh's own people after a while was like, let these people go. Does thou not yet knowest that Egypt is destroyed? Phil Vanell, does thou not yet knowest that your career is sunk? It time go, buddy. There's a reason Jade said it time go. That was a prolific fucking chat. However Jade said it. I mean,
he's so delusional. He can't see that he's already underwater. Basically, he's like, no, the ship's totally fine. I don't know why are you all jumping off the side? I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is just Did I step into a bathroom?
Kind of on the spectrum. Yeah, people said Jade's on the spectrum, kind of mentally challenged, and it's legendary now in the chat. It time go. That was a prophetic fucking chat right there, for lack of better words. That's prophetic. Phil, he just don't know. It time go, buddy.
That'll be the title for Phil's leaving the internet video.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, it's time go.
Yeah, it time go. It time go. The Phil Vanell story
with sad violins playing and everything, the band on the Titanic, and they're just like, why are you guys playing? Why is everyone so sad? I don't get it.
If someone has they're not groomed or they have an ugly goatee,
does thou yet not notice that your career is over?
Why do you care about?
No, he does not.
Grooming or facial hair. What does that have to do with anything?
And then he always says
you. And what was the other thing that he said?
Sorry.
He said something.
He always says you guys can't cancel me. I'm like, yeah, because you're too stupid and stubborn to be canceled. If there's anyone else and they actually had any kind of humility or grace or anything like that, they would have been canceled by now.
But then I realized it's kind of.
But because Phil's too stubborn to and stupid to realize it, he's like, no, I'm gonna keep doing this. There's nothing wrong. And he's barely making any money.
What are you talking about?
I say barely, but it's only because of a few
This is very confusing to me now.
Dented people.
First of all, my comments about the man were about his stream, right? And about his ranking in Street Fighter 6, correct? I talked about his criticisms of the game, which I agree with.
Again, It's over for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Like one was and never was, and the other one is
hair, and you're short.
Oh, I'm getting to Hollywood. No, you're not.
There's a disconnect here. I feel.
You're not, buddy.
It feels like we're talking about two different things. Why is it
Ain't
so
no
funny about how I
Hollywood for
look,
you.
right? Like everything you just said is about my looks, my height, my physical fitness, and my facial hair grooming. Why does he care about how I look? It's a little odd, isn't it?
Ain't no fucking
Why does this
Hollywood for
care
that,
about
man.
Why another man streamer looks like? What's going on there? I'm a little confused.
And this is also from the guy who shit and got banned on Twitch because he insulted some other guy that said something to him on Twitch about having blue hair. So, like, when he was going to... This was years ago.
You talking about Phil?
Yeah, this is Phil I'm talking about. And this was years ago. When he was streaming on Twitch, someone in his chat said something, so he was going to ban him. And while his mouse hovered over his name in the Twitch chat, he saw the profile picture, which was this guy's face, and he had blue hair. So then he banned him, and then he went on to make fun of how he looked because he had, like, blue fucking hair or some bullshit. So he's done the same fucking thing, too. He's insulted people based on how they look. How many times has he insulted that one guy who had the scar, that one voice actor in like a lot of different video games and whatever that he really doesn't like? I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. But how often has he done that? He's like, oh look, this guy's wearing a scarf indoors, and like all this dumb stupid shit like that. Like, you insult people based on how they look too, Phil.
Well, let's continue.
Yes, he does.
My voice. Listen, my voice I can't do anything about. I've had a more high-pitched voice my whole life. When I first started streaming...
It's not even that high-pitched. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh my god, we had no idea you looked like that.
I mean, I would argue my voice is more high-pitched.
Skinny Poindexter nerd, and we thought that's
I don't like my voice.
No,
your
voice is sexy.
Thank you, but I don't think so. I don't like the sound.
Your voice is sexy.
Listen, I can't make my voice
any
deeper or...
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I always thought I sounded like some dumb teenager.
I guess there's not much I can really do about that.
No, you don't.
But I guess my question is...
Like I have this machete right here, right?
What in the holy hell is that?
This machete is beautiful. Is black.
We're only a minute in, so let's get 2 minutes in.
It's long. Jason Voorhees would be proud. This machete is sharp.
What? If I didn't,
in the words of this dickhead on the screen, it's crisp.
You can't speak to me.
Like this is beautiful. Like this is a thing of beauty right here. Good for good for cutting down intruders. Good for taking out rodents. Good for
this isn't a metaphor for anything, is it?
I mean, it's a beautiful machete. It really is. I have two beautiful machetes,
right? I mean,
and I have a beautiful aluminum bat.
So you know what? Let's be fair.
Here's the thing, right?
I have like a small wooden bat
I'm not gonna be a
for like self-defense, I guess, because I can't own a gun.
My video quality to 480p.
See, so you got one of them. You got that Cyrex.
Side by side, correct?
That Cyrex bat, huh?
Well, it's a mini one. It's like one of those smaller ones, but it's actually really like hefty to it.
Yeah,
so it's like more maneuverable, I guess, than a normal size bat.
Cares about me, which is fine. He shouldn't have to
you got that Cyrex bat.
He's talking shit about things that he used to know about me. Like, for example, if this was a year ago,
Phil, your camera still sucks.
For sure.
Right? See, the point I was trying to make is, I mean, this is something pristine and crisp, I mean, this is sharp. This is ever living. This is beautiful right here, It's good. It has a lot of purposes, my machetes.
Really?
My lovely machetes, right? They got purposes, There's purpose behind my aluminum bats and my machetes and shit. There's purpose behind everything I do, everything I own. There's no purpose in Phil. There's no purpose in Dill, like, besides to sit there
or what he knows from the past
and be dickheads.
Like, if you had said that a year ago, I'd say, yeah, you're right. My camera used to be shit.
They don't contribute anything to society.
After years of criticism, everyone's saying
they don't.
Looks like shit, everything looks like shit. So I
and they're struggling.
Did everything get better.
And they're always going to be struggling.
Turn around in my quality of my content. So I don't know. I think again, so why does he care so much about how I look? That's really bizarre to me.
You missed the thing, Phil. There's still a gap there.
Why is he criticizing my camera? Obviously, he's not prepared for this response because he doesn't understand that my camera's...
Oh, he's not prepared for this response. He doesn't care. That's the point. You're not worth the time of day for him to look into it. Update your channel. Look into your fucking channel.
What narrative?
First off, if you think about it, right?
I don't even know what the narrative is. I'm lost. Right?
And you think about it, like Phil said, he had the same rebuttal for Review Tech USA
at all.
when Review Tech USA was coming at his neck.
DSP or whatever. That doesn't make sense. You know, maybe
coming at Phil's neck or lowtiergod's neck?
No, like Review Tech USA he was talking some mad shit one day about Phil.
Oh yeah.
I don't even think there's an
And I mean, if Phil had the same shit that he's saying right now to Dell, he said basically the same shit to Review Tech USA. Like,
I see.
you know, just swap out the fucking names. Like,
right.
Hit the gym, get hair transplant surgery.
Like everything about fucking Phil, like it's like his rebuttals.
Like, you know what goatee looks like on people? Pussy hair. It's not even crispy lined up, bro.
What? Again, what is he talking about? Why does he care about what
Like his
facial hair I
rebuttals
have?
make no
What does that have
sense.
to do with him at all?
Like-
How is it personally an affront to him and his existence that I have facial hair he doesn't like?
Has Phil never been in like school or high school before? Does he not know like what it is like to insult people? Like, that's what LTG's doing to you, dumbass. He's insulting you like you're in high school. Because that's the first thing people focus on in high school or whatever. That's mostly what kids do a lot, is they make fun of how someone looks. Like, that's the first thing people go after, is insulting people based on how they look. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
And, like, how do you not understand that, dumbass?
Speaking of, the other funny part is
Because he's upset that you were insulting him. So he's striking back at you based on how you look.
Actually unlined up goatee. My goatee is perfectly lined up. And
No,
fine,
it's
but
not.
all
It
my
looks
hair
like
looks
shit. Jesus
Right? White hair on my face,
Christ.
But that's because I'm not afraid of embracing my age. You know, I'm
That's
51
not-
years old,
oh
I'm
my
older.
God.
I'm gonna look older. I'm gonna get white hairs. It's something that naturally
It still
happens.
looks
It's
like
not something to be
shit.
ashamed about as you get older.
And
You
I'm
should-
pretty
It
sure.
does.
You're
I'm pretty sure he
21
still
years old.
dyes his
You have to
hair
understand that and
anyway.
accept that, right?
Like,
You're gonna get older.
I'm
You're
sorry,
gonna
you
become
wouldn't
more
have that many
wise.
white hairs on your goatee or your face or your facial hair without having any gray hairs in your head.
And live in denial. I don't live in denial. I know I'm older. I know I'm no spring chicken. I also know I'm not very good looking. I just told you guys.
And
the
you
other day.
look way worse than a 41-year-old should look, though, too. That's the whole other thing. It's the drinking that does it, Phil.
All right, on my stream, how I have a very bad self-image in my head of myself.
Oh my God! Now that was my depression.
My wife tells me, you guys
We're getting all into the depression arc again. I don't think I look very good, guys.
Recently, and we like that.
This is so
I don't believe
mean.
I look good. You understand that? Like, I actually always think I look like shit. I wake up and I look in the mirror, I'm like, ugh, I'm disgusted at myself. But that's how I've always been. I've had a
You
bad
should be.
self-image because a lot of messed up stuff that happened to me when I was younger. So I don't really give a shit about my goatee being perfect or whatever. Why is this guy so hung up on
Because he's
your
insulting
self-image? Like, it
you.
seems like that's his whole thing, no? Like, if that's so important to him, right? Why is his whole embodiment of existence?
And because that's probably all he really knows about you, honestly, is probably just how you looked or look.
Well, that's a little odd to me. Like, you don't.
Because
you
he
don't
doesn't
think
waste
that
his
is
time
advice? How about having a
spending
conversation with someone?
watching you
If
or
you're
following
ugly, I'm not
you.
gonna talk to you. What? I mean, what kind of vain existence is that, Jasper? Please relax. What kind of a vain existence is that you only speak?
Yeah,
to people you
fuck
find
off,
attractive?
cat.
Right?
You're not
Like,
worth
I'm very confused.
$300 of
Yeah,
blood
fuck that
work.
shit.
Going, all right, because I'm starting to formulate something in my head now. I really am. All right, I'm starting to formulate something in my head. But let's keep going with this, okay? Let's see where it goes with this.
Stop rocking that pussy hair, fucking creepy, older white man goatee. Like,
So what do you want me to do? I'm an older white man. What should I do? Should I fucking get a face? Should I shoot Botox into my face, shave my face? You know, to try to look like I'm 20 years old again? Like, what's the point of that? Like, how does that benefit my stream, by the way? Because what I'm talking about is streaming. This dude's talking about how I look. I wasn't aware that I was going out into, like, modeling agencies or trying to get an acting job. I'm a streamer, dude. I'm trying to put out content for a streaming audience. That's what I'm all about. Having fun with video games. I don't care about how...
And you're shit at that too, Phil. Here's an idea. If you're trying to
They're both
actually
shit.
focus, they both are 100%. But it's like, if you're trying to like focus on entertaining streaming, like, first off, stop with the level 1 podcast. Get rid of that. Get rid of this webcam. Actually make commentary and like let your chat talk about whatever the fuck they want to talk about, and actually try to work on building its own community. You know, it's like he's doing such like awful job at fucking focusing on the
What is
streaming.
my audience, by the way? So I don't know where he's really getting
You
all this from.
dwindling
get your
audience.
shit clean. Wear the full beard or something. Who the fuck still rocks goatees?
Who cares about a full beard or a
Told you,
goatee?
I'm
literally
tell
don't
you.
see anybody with a goatee. The only people that have goatees are fucking the guy you guys just mentioned, DSP and fucking Robert Whitaker.
When I first saw it, I thought Bill hired
I'm
him on site.
talking about the goatee.
But when I
Hey,
check the archive of the old,
are you playing something?
Oh, listen to what? No, like that was by accident. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was hearing something through your audio.
Yeah, sorry about that. It was by accident.
Oh, okay, sorry about that.
Connect. We're not talking about just this little shit. We're talking about the full square around your motherfucking mouth.
It's actually called a Van Dyke, by the way. The full mustache into under your chin. This is called a Van Dyke. It's technically not a goatee. A goatee is just this. The Van Dyke is.
Oh my God, who cares?
So people are saying
It still looks like shit.
Never heard of him. Don't know who.
Fuck out of here, bro.
They both look like shit. Again,
Yeah.
they just don't realize.
By the way, so we're 3 minutes into his response, and he hasn't actually responded. He hasn't said a word about anything I said.
Because he's
All done is
insulting you?
insulted my looks for 3 straight minutes. No, I mean really. Has he said another word about anything besides my looks? I don't work out. I'm old. I have bad facial hair, and I'm not 6 feet tall, and I have a high pitched voice. So all physical stuff, you know, literally hasn't said a word about anything that I said yet. It's interesting. Okay, does he actually ever get to what I said?
And your opinions are meaningless. Like, he honestly thinks his opinions are, like, more important than anyone else's opinions. And that's not the case at all.
Again, yesterday, all I said was I was fascinated by
Definitely
watching the
not.
stream, and I would like to maybe do commentary over it, which is allowed if I want to do that. That's it. What is he talking about? I don't want to rent you. What? Where does he get these? Okay, genuine question. Are people telling this guy bullshit? Like, are people saying this to him that he wants you on his? I don't want him on my stream. What is he talking about? I'm not trying to get him on my stream.
What are you talking about?
I don't want him on my stream. I'm not going to rent him for my. You know what I'm saying? This is so stupid. I think people are feeding him bullshit, and he's just buying the bullshit.
It's because it's pretty freaking obvious that you were trying to get a fight with him. You've done it before in the past. Like, I think it was what was it like it was like a month before Street Fighter 6 came out. He sent a message to LTG trying to ask him to have a fight together online or something when the game came out. And so he knows that you're itching for a fight together. And you're trying to be all manipulative and like, oh, I wasn't trying to. No, you fucking were.
Actually, he didn't watch the video. He must not have watched it, right? I thought that what happened is he watched the video and then he did this response. That's not what this is then. This is just him talking out of his butt because he doesn't even know what people are talking about. Great.
I'm gonna need 5 bands. You could have gave me the 5 bands if you would have been too pussy to do the podcast.
5 what? 5 bands?
Oh my God.
This whole thing was pathetic.
Huh?
Yep.
50 racks.
What it boils down to, this whole thing is pathetic.
What is he talking about?
It really is.
5 bands and 50 racks. Dude, there's a language. I don't know if you've heard about it yet. It's called English. You might want to start using it.
Oh,
Like,
now
you
we're
talk to the public
superior racist side, Phil, over here. I don't understand urban lingo, dude. Like, stop being a fucking prude. Jesus Christ.
This is equal to the review tech shit and Travis. Like, this was a train wreck. They both look bad. They both did.
And you realize that, right?
Like, seriously, nobody looked good in
guy's
this.
saying right now. I mean, I guess this is some
Well,
kind of
King Sly
video,
looked good
some kind
in
of fucking,
the other one,
you know,
but
what the fuck he's saying, dude?
in this,
I
no one
mean,
looks good.
that goes without saying, but I mean,
that kind of language.
review tech and Travis, that nobody looked good in that shit.
Nope.
And this LTG and fucking DSP, nobody looks good in this shit either.
I guess Izzy Jones, the guy who's like,
And then he says that's
big
bad.
ups Izzy Jones, I guess.
Here's another question. Why is he so hung up about the fact that I didn't take $50,000 to be on Keemstar's podcast?
Because it was a stupid decision, and he's pointing out how dumb you are. That's why.
Bringing that up. What does that have to do with anything? Right? Literally, what does that have to do with
It shows
anything?
how you're terrible
Nothing
at business
all. It's my own personal
decisions,
decision if I want
Phil.
to be on a podcast or not. By the way, I didn't make that public.
I mean, even me, I got
That made that
MGG.
public. I didn't care about 50 grand or whatever. I was never going to talk
That's
about
my
that public.
pronouns, Mad Grills.
You know? So, why does he bring it up so much?
That's
Yeah, I
my
wonder about
pronouns,
that.
the Mad Goose Grizzly.
Almost as if maybe he's a little jealous. Maybe he wanted to take 50 grand to be on a podcast. That's why he thinks it's so easy. Oh, it's an easy 50.
No, you're just
I got
projecting.
I would have taken it, right? I mean, why else would he
Also
fucking
known
bring
as
it up so much?
GG.
But it's kind of weird.
Don't mention me again. There is no beef. There won't be any interactions. I don't even know why I'm speaking on this type of shit.
I agree. There's no beef. I don't have beef with this guy. I don't know why he's like insulting me the way he is because
Because
I don't have
you
beef with
insulted him in his
stream.
streams.
Back to my head as to why he's doing this rant video about my
Well,
looks.
Dill's insecure too, so.
Well, that too,
you know,
yeah.
That's why
I'm lost.
they both
Focus
look
on
bad
your
in this
sexy, bro.
shit.
Focus on your health.
Mhm.
Focus on my sexy and focus on my sexy. Another male streamer.
Oh
wants
my
me to
God,
focus
that's
on
not
my
what he
sexy.
means. You see how insecure he is about his own sexuality, though? Like, a normal person who's confident in his own sexuality wouldn't be, like, coming to conclusions like this. This is extremely insecure for Phil, on Phil's end. It's extremely insecure.
You could say that from one angle. You could, but that's just more like DSP playing it up for his audience. Like,
I don't think he's that
acting
smart.
Like, oh, I don't know.
I don't think he's that smart. I don't know.
No, some of this is him. Some of this is him playing it up because he's sitting there like, I don't know what this guy's talking about. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
some of it is, yeah.
I didn't know I didn't know he lived in Cali. Yes, you did. Yes, you fucking did. He know where this motherfucker lived at, man. They don't hang in the same circles, but they're in the same circle.
Right.
He knows fuck. Man, damn near every gamer, especially fighting gamer that's been on television, all of them are on the West Coast. That's why Phil moved to the West Coast, because Justin Wong was on the West Coast.
Right.
Because motherfuckers like Daigo be on the West Coast. Because people like Viscount, West Coast. People like Alex Valle, West Coast. People like Sherry Jennings, West Coast. They're all on the West Coast. Sajam, West Coast. Maximilian Dude, the person that Phil's trying to be like, West fucking Coast. Vespa Arcade, West Coast. Coefficient, West Coast. All these motherfuckers on the West Coast.
Right.
Like, I don't know what it is about the West Coast, but all these so-called gamers and streamers or YouTubers, West Coast.
I actually
Mostly
have quite
in
a lot
Cali.
of online friends that also live on the West Coast too, especially Washington State.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fucking Phil knew what he was doing. Oh shit.
What?
Yo, you can get them to snap candid pictures of Phil if you want it. I'm not saying stalk the man, but if you got people in the field in the wild and you know he's there, he lives there, they see
Yeah,
him,
he only
you know?
comes out once a week though too. So I don't know exactly where they live in Washington though.
Get some candid photos of Phil. Get some candid photos. I mean, catch him slipping. Yeah,
Look for a blue Toyota with 3 tires on it.
We just need that one. We need that one, like, fucking, that one audio clip or that one pic of him and Kat having a disagreement in public.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we just need that one audio clip or that one pic to just put all this shit to bed. To prove that everybody's been right this whole time.
I'm debating
Like,
if I should.
show's over.
I'm debating if I should grab something to eat super quick and then continue this, or if we should just
Grab a who?
something to eat, or if I should just wait.
Oh, how long is it gonna take you to grab something to eat?
Well, I mean, just to make it, and then I could come back here and kind of eat like while we react.
Yeah, how long is that gonna take you?
If maybe like 5 minutes, 3 minutes. But
That's up to you.
I'll wait for now.
Yeah, this is just.
I think you need to focus on yourself if you're so concerned about how other dudes look on their streams. Like, what is going on there? Why do you have such a focus on how I look on my stream? This is very weird. He
Is this
actually
sped
said
up?
my sexy.
No.
He said sexy about me. That's
A little
disturbing.
bit.
That's absolutely disturbing. I'm actually kind of freaked out right now, dude. I don't know. That's a little weird that you'd be saying something like that about another guy streamer. About his focus on your. Why do you care about focusing
Projection,
on my
insecurity.
I'm white.
The only
I'm not supposed to look
reason
pale, bro. I'm white.
Phil
I
is
stream
saying
all
this
day.
shit
Of course
is
I'm looking
because
pale.
he knows right now he got roasted.
Holy
And
shit.
he's
Oh, yeah,
trying
no,
to
he
sit there and
knows.
save face.
Mhm.
No, I don't.
He's
You're
trying to
he's
sit
got
there and
crazy
save
bad information.
face.
I don't have my old ass camera.
Fucked up ass lens,
I don't have a fucked up ass lens. My camera's very good right now.
action figures in the back, teddy bears.
That's my old setup, right? Before I started actually putting out nice 8-bit art. and
It's
people-
not nice. I'm sorry. Your background is fucking shit. You have cardboard
Yeah, I mean, but
boxes with like fucking curtains over top of it. You have this shitty artwork that you only have like 4 of, so you keep fucking rearranging it. You have the fucking, like, the only thing that's somewhat decent is this Pac-Man lamp, to be honest. You got these stupid figurines, which is what he's talking about, like action figures in the back. And you got a stupid American flag that's backwards. With shitty-ass mood lighting that isn't very good. It's not very good. Like, go look at King Slice. His background's fucking awesome.
Really approved of my lighting and everything this year. He definitely has not seen a stream of mine recently. He basically just remembers the old hater shit. He hasn't seen anything recent. So he's talking out of his butt about my old setup, basically.
Like, worry about the poverty stream. I'm low tier god. I don't know what the fuck you are. Like,
And I don't, that's another weird thing too. Like, poverty stream. Isn't poverty stream like? Isn't that a reference to the FTC?
Oh, dear God.
Like, most people in the FTC who stream are basically they're not making a living doing it, and so they're just trying
Hey,
to.
Tia Low, the mad ghost grizzly.
Like, I actually heard that term come up earlier this year when it was the whole Macherino thing with Arturo, and Arturo was like, you know, the Street Fighter community, a lot of them is poverty, you know, status. We're not making big money doing this. We need, you know, a thing like Macherino was helping tons, and the fact that it turned out that way was bad. So, what is he talking about? He's talking about money. Like, and here's. I'm getting back on my feet now. Like, I really am. I'm starting to get back on my feet. This is good. You guys have been very supportive.
But see, Phil says all this shit until he gets confronted by somebody named Jaha. They're like, I'm sorry, Jaha.
You know, I don't know what he's
I'm an alcoholic. I didn't mean the things I was saying.
I did 4 years ago. The reveal of
Had him crying.
$1,000 on a stream, and I said, hey guys,
I need to look that up.
Right, stuff like that. That stuff hasn't. When was the last time that I did an emergency fundraiser stream? 3-4 years ago, right? I don't do that stuff.
Like, I mean, come on now.
Well, if you want to look it up while we're listening to this, I can. If you send me the link, I can put it on afterwards.
Basically.
No, I'm gonna look that up some other time. I'm just thinking out loud because like a lot of people have seen it already. I want to see if that's an audio clip or a video.
But the thing is, my haters, all they'll do is talk about those days when all I talked about was income. Right?
I've never seen it. I heard people talk about it, but
this guy, he's a filter on? Is this true?
I mean, the point I'm trying to make is like I said earlier, this is two jokers, both these idiots.
Because again, I haven't seen this guy in ages. It's a filter. It's a bald and facial hair filter. The restreamer uses the filter. Oh, the restreamers put filters on his camera to make him look different? Oh, shit. That's interesting. So this isn't representative of how he really looks? Again, I wouldn't know.
I have no idea what it looks like, dude.
Okay, here's the truth.
Phil said, I haven't seen this guy in ages. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But you've seen him.
Sure.
You've seen him, just like how Dell made all those, he talked about all that shit in Phil's background on his stream and shit, so y'all watch each other, huh?
I wouldn't even know that's different from his camera the other night, but again, that's a symptom of him kind of having a cluttered setup.
Y'all sitting there playing people like how politicians play people? They enemies on camera and shit, they enemies in front of the public, but behind the scenes, y'all buddy.
Here, clip that shit, send it to him, call it a day. Let's get back to what the fuck I was doing.
There you go. He wanted that sent to me. But the weird part is that's 4 minutes. So now where's the other 6 minutes coming in? If he's done talking about me, where's the other 6 minutes going to come in, right? Ooh, Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct soundtrack's great.
All right, when you say he was talking mad slick,
okay,
what was he saying?
So now he wants to know.
How can you talk mad slick about me?
Oh, you can see the filter.
Let's see what he was saying.
Look at the filter on his head.
Yeah, it's Phil. It's a filter. It was obviously a filter the whole time.
Skip that video a bunch of times.
I just want to know what he said.
So basically, people are sending him the video, the clip, and he's not watching it. And then the restreamer's like, he's not going to watch it. He's just going to skip it.
If he watches the video,
He's about my stream layout. What about it?
he's gonna skip it like crazy.
Yeah, so he didn't watch it all. He was just talking out of his ass.
Listen to how fast, like, Izzy sounds like compared to
him. No
him.
idea what I even talked about yesterday. That's fascinating. So he just went off for no reason. He didn't even know what I had said a word about him. He just like exploded about me.
Are you still there?
What happened yesterday?
Yeah, I'm just listening to this shit.
Okay, no, I just want to make sure. I thought we lost connection for a
What
second.
about my stream layout?
Oh, no, I'm still here. I'm just listening to this bullshit.
All right.
It's inefficient as hell, bro.
What's wrong with the stream layout? Well, I mean, let's say, should you really want me to talk about this? So let's.
Oh my god.
Just,
not real. I don't think he has 2 chats on.
At this point,
All right,
even though we're covering something that happened
look how much shit is on there.
a while back, at this point, it's like.
That's all you need to look at. Everything else is what I'm reacting to or
Excuse me.
like literally, it's like the game's here, your camera's here.
My thing is like,
there's a scroll bar down here. It's like a fucking moving Christmas
they
tree.
ain't say never gonna learn, man. Like, I'm sitting here thinking like.
And then the stuff has no use, like the chat.
They are. They're never gonna learn. No? So it's like you just might as well just sit back and cover it and enjoy it and laugh at these idiots.
Yeah.
That's all you really can do, you know? That's what we're here for.
What?
Like, part of me is saying, like, this really can't be reality. This can't be life. Like, we really can't have people this fucking dumb.
One intelligent comment so far.
Maybe we switch to a different timeline of reality or
Your mom
something.
thinks it's sexy. You play
I
something.
don't know.
LTG will
Or maybe
destroy
we
it.
really are in
Yeah,
the
I
Matrix.
In the layout, where did you get this moon background from? So you see what
I would love to go back in time about a good 25 years.
Yeah. Go back to the original reality.
Or those who do sometimes they minimize it to a little corner. I've seen that.
Go back about 25 years, late 90s.
Minimize that shit. For me,
Yeah.
Get shit together.
Go on the other timeline that we diverged from. Stick on that timeline.
Yeah.
When they, like,
Yeah.
cured cancer and, like, huge advancements to technology and everything.
Okay, got it. So
make certain different decisions.
Yeah, we never had
He's got a sub bar at the bottom. He's got a viewer.
Trump or Biden as president.
All they gotta do is join the stream. It's right there. There's
That might still happen, you know. Get to go back and make some different decisions.
What my criticism was that when he's playing Street Fighter, the actual Street Fighter gameplay is too small. Like, if you take a look at his screen, that's literally a third to maybe you could even argue more than that of his screen is not the game.
Most normal people can see that, Phil. You just don't have. You need glasses.
I want to see the game, and I can't see the game because there's fucking too much shit all over it. So. Yeah, I would say it is kind of cluttered of a setup. He couldn't prove it. Get rid of that chat. There's no reason to have that chat at all. Put more of the game on the screen for sure. I don't have much of the problem with the bottom. It's fine because the bottom is kind of, there's something on the bottom of your screen. That's all right. But that chat has to go. Especially again, like I said, when I was watching him play, everyone in the chat is being like a troll or being stupid or memeing, putting out emotes. It doesn't add anything to the stream. That's a legit criticism of his stream. That there's just too much clutter all over the screen. Just make it less cluttered.
Phil takes entirely too long to explain shit. That's one of the biggest problems.
Exactly. This is a 10-minute damn video. How is he drawing it out this long?
He takes way
We're only
too long
halfway
to
through this
explain
fucking
shit.
video.
Badass. That's a good song for it, man.
Well, he's only halfway
Like,
through
way
it.
too damn long.
Oh, we are.
Boy, I swear.
Didn't say. I never said he rage quit.
And this is on 1.5 speed. If I go any faster, I don't think you're gonna understand him at all.
Chat is outright lying to him and giving him misinformation, and he's reacting to things that didn't happen. I literally didn't say he doesn't rage quit at all. He didn't rage quit a single match. He quit the dashboard.
What's up with the 2014-15 shit?
But you know what, man? People seen these signs back.
See? So everything's
I mean, I'll say this about Phil. This is the one thing Phil got over everybody.
Who? He's talking to me?
You got shit like the Dead Sea Scrolls.
He's talking to me. I'm married.
Those are great.
Shit like that. You get the look into the past of somebody like Phil, and it's like all this shit was seen years
I don't know
ago.
what's really behind him. I see a cat tree to the left.
Years
I don't know
ago.
what that is on the floor to the right. Is that a fake setup behind him? Is that a filter? Or is that real? That is real. What's behind him is real. But the filter on him is what's
Especially-
fake. So let me get this straight. He's criticizing my
Especially when he's calling in fucking Alphaism Radio
kind of games that I like.
and talking the dumb shit he be talking. Like, I mean, it's the same.
And his background is a
The same running his fucking mouth too daggone much. He's on Alphaism Radio. He does that shit now.
Heart-shaped pillow on the floor, right? But
And then he's trying to show off anytime there's a woman on there.
If anything, you could say
Trying to big up some, like, yeah, okay,
But
you're not
I don't
going
see how you're
anywhere with these
criticizing mine.
people. Shut the fuck up.
Again, in the last, it sounds to me like he's got all outdated information. I will outright admit, last year, my camera looked like shit. My backgrounds, I was trying to improve them. They weren't that good. Now
Your camera still looks like shit. It's not that big of an improvement. And all these supposed improvements that he claims he's made, his fans gave him. He didn't do any of that. There's all his fans that helped. And even then, it's not that big of an improvement, because, like, the camera's only very slightly better technically. It still looks the same. It's still not 1080p fully, like true 1080p.
The reason why he's giving this big ass reaction,
Can't afford that.
He knew about it and he was pissed already.
No, he could afford it if he wanted, but that will get it cut into his WWE championship.
It's complete bullshit.
If he was going to get
Why would he do 10 minutes on it if he
a camera that like really made for that type of shit,
Well, Twitch works. You don't need donations to have a
he's
successful
got to
stream on Twitch.
spend at
But I
least
guess when you're not keen to business, when you
at least between maybe like $3,000-$4,000.
I'm not keen to business because I turned down a $50,000 podcast that was never offered to me.
Like,
Roped me to a
he
point
don't
that I
got
never
that
wanted
money.
to be roped into for the rest of my life. Why is he so obsessed with the podcast, this $50,000 Keemstar podcast? He wanted to be on that podcast so bad. When he heard that we all got offered that amount of money and he didn't.
No,
was
he
so
would be
weird about that.
insulted because he
wants
doesn't
that
think
bad,
he's a
so bad,
lolcow.
and he keeps bringing it up.
Just
Who the
like
hell
you.
talked about that at all. Has nothing to do with anything. He's now mentioned it, 3-4 times during this about me. He keeps mentioning it. It's like, dude, there's a reason why you keep bringing it up. I never bring that shit up. He's bringing it up a ton, right? That's pretty crazy. But no, well, here's what I criticized. I said, if this guy has right now on this stream, 2,420 viewers supposedly, correct? That's what he has.
Jealous.
And, he's got thousands of subs, I guess. Look, it says he has 3,000 subs. Good for him. I mean, really good for him. If he's got 3,000 subs, and they're all paying subs, he's making arguably 6,000, 7,000 a month just on subs on Twitch. Good for you. If that's your business model, then congrats. That's what I was asking. Like, that's literally what I was asking yesterday. I was saying, how does he operate? If he has that many viewers, right? Then he must have...
Oh, no, you're good.
Because
it's
I'm curious,
natural.
I'm watching. And,
Again, money.
Look, this guy's here. Oh, IMMO342 is here. And he's clarifying. I expand his cam with the filter.
It was back to money.
Top on the right hand side with the 3 chats along with the bottom playlist is mine. So, bottom left-hand corner is his stream. Everything else is yours, and you got a filter on him so he looks like Steve Harvey. Okay. Because I was a little confused. All right, thank you for clearing that up. Thanks for the super chat. And thanks for clearing that up. Okay. All right, anyway, what was I saying now? Now I got distracted, but it's fine. You didn't mean to distract me.
See, when you talk so fucking much, you forget what the fuck you said.
What was the other thing that he mentioned? Oh, how he makes money. No, that's what I was asking. Because I was like, dude, I don't get it. He's got 2,000 viewers on his stream, but literally no one was contributing. There were no super chats coming in. There were no text. There's one text.
No.
And there was
Phil is so fucking boring. You can sit there and get your nails done.
I'm like, dude, he's got 2,000 viewers.
And get your head did and
seemed to be very, very upset with him.
bake a cake and a pie and make dinner.
As soon as he stopped playing the game, oh, they're going back to being nice to him again.
Get your feet rubbed, rub some feet, and
so that was all I was asking. Listen, if this
I'm not gonna say the other part I want to say. You get all that shit done like in a matter of no time while he's sitting there talking bullshit.
If you're making a living doing that, good for you. Congrats. But that was the question I was posing because I
did a happy ending.
Not on his stream when I was watching it, so you had no idea how many subs he had. So I didn't understand. That's what
exactly
making that money from.
I might actually fall asleep. I don't know.
Are coming in doing a 2,000 viewer stream, then something's wrong. But if
it's fucking Phil. That's why. Like, I mean, listen to him sit here and spend 2 fucking millennium trying to explain something irrelevant. It's like.
So at least something good came out of this.
You know, thank God he was serious about becoming, sitting there talking. They talk about politics now.
Can you imagine him trying to talk about politics? So holy shit, that would be terrible.
Yeah, he'll be fucking
like, first
shot.
of all, he doesn't understand anything about how the real world works anyway. Let alone, can you imagine the hot takes he would have with politics? Jesus. Fence sitting the entire time. I'm not left. I'm not right. This fence post is going straight up my ass.
Like, it couldn't be further from the truth. He did not watch the clip at all. He's just talking out of his ass.
Boy, I swear.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't think of anything else to really watch, and I did need to cover the LTG drama.
You did nothing wrong. How I look. Don't think I'm saying that because of you. You are wonderful. You are beautiful. You are an amazing host. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the fact that it's like.
I'm really at a loss. You realize you're streaming too. Maybe, oh shit.
This is why I say this is why I say they all got them.
Like a movie star or something. I mean,
those serial killers.
It's like, dude, like you're
fucking mass murderer. Like
the reason that he has viewership
they got criminal fucking mentalities, man. You can sit there and compare their thought patterns to some of the most infamous mass murderers and serial criminals. Serial killers, mass murders, serial killers, and fucking high-end criminals out here.
Listen, can we compare apples to apples here? Yes, LTG is more physically fit than me. Yes, LTG is better looking than me. I think he is, okay? But I don't see the point. Like, again, what is he talking about?
See, he said that. He's better looking than me. I think he is.
Says, hey, so, I have a few things to say about something, and then they say, well, by the way, I'm better looking than you. Huh? What are you talking about? Well, I just want to start the conversation. I'm better looking than you. Okay, I guess you got that on me. I don't know that's what we were talking about. I'm a little confused why you would bring that up. It's almost like he thinks he just has that on everyone, right? And so he projects that. Like, the only thing he has to say, he has to immediately assert his dominance in a situation. And what's the one dominant thing he has?
It seems like you're a little insecure about it also, Phil.
To throw that out there and say that, because
we're talking about a man that spends like 2 fucking hours just to explain how...
No one cares.
I don't know how he poured a glass of water.
Or John Stamos, or any of the guys you probably think are
how he cut a slice of fucking cheese.
So you guys, you won't believe it. The ants are back. Here, let me tell you a story. Oh, in order for me to tell you this story, I have to tell you this other story first.
You'll sit there to talk 3 hours about dipping ice cream.
Why are you talking about my hairline? My hairline's been fucked up forever. If you actually go back in the history of me,
like,
oh my god, shut up, Phil.
My hairline's always been fucked up. Since I was a kid, my hairline was fucked up. What does that have to do with anything?
It's just my mom's fault. She combed my hair.
How would I? Again, he's complimenting himself, right? He's so vain. He's like such a vain individual. I have to compliment myself and how I look. No one cares about how you look or I look. No one gives a shit about that on the internet.
Chiseled, crispy skin, peanut butter complexion.
What does that mean? What is peanut butter complexion? I have an answer to this one. What does peanut butter complexion mean? I want to know. What does that mean? When I think peanut butter, you want to know what I think about? I think about like chunky peanut butter and like smearing
probably
it on your
the
face
color,
and having,
maybe.
Like,
I don't know.
Peanut, like big fucking pimples all over your face and shit, like big acne all over. That's what I think about. I think peanut butter complexion. I mean, like big lumps and shit all over your face. That's what I don't see that as a compliment. What is a peanut butter complexion? Keep the peanuts
more
off
like
your
probably
body.
creamy skin because like peanut butter can be creamy.
That's weird shit.
Jim Daly, body to kill for, height that heightens.
Even then, that's stretching it. Right? That's you're giving them too much credit.
He's handsome.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
He's physically fit.
That's probably what he means. That's not obviously true. I'm just saying that's what he means.
I'll give him some credit. I'll give him a compliment.
We're talking about DSP here, though. DSP don't even know what the fuck he means.
He didn't choose to work.
Well, DSP doesn't know what much things mean, so I mean.
mold his face like a sculptor. Look at the skill that I have. These are things that he's complimenting himself on that he never earned. They were handed to him when he was born. Yet he acts like they're like the end all be all of his existence. Look at all this greatness that I am.
Oh my god, see?
Actually, I think if you like look back at early LTG, you look fucking goofy as hell too.
Right?
So like, to some aspect, he did probably
this is how I look. I can't fix that. That's how I look.
work out a little bit or do something to
aren't
make himself
all
look
about
a little
that, realize it's
better.
not a big deal. But for you, like,
Because
you
he,
were
like, I
born that way.
think I was
You act like
watching
that's something
someone
you're
go
born with.
over this, and
You
they
worked out.
like,
Good for you. That actually
I
isn't
think
about
maybe it was
having a
Tevin,
set
and Tevin
routine,
like
physical
went
fitness. That's actually
and
really
like grabbed a
appreciated and
picture of
expected that you have that
what
discipline. This is what
LTG
you
used
really
to
hard in
look
life.
like
To have that kind
before,
of
and he
discipline, you
like
got a
looked
routine.
goofy
Obviously,
as
you're physically
fuck.
fit. Good for you. But everything else, you didn't earn it. You were just handed it. So you're handed a gift, right? And now all of a sudden, like, everyone's supposed to kiss your butt because of these things you didn't earn. Dude, why? Like, that's nothing. Like, of all the checklist things you have for, what do I look for?
It doesn't matter what
Man, they gotta be
oops.
tall. Oh man, they gotta have a peanut butter complexion. Man, they gotta, they gotta have all.
It doesn't matter what either one of you two look like. You both are horrible people on the inside. That's the end of the day. It's like, what really matters is like what your personality is like, how you are as a person deep inside, right? And both of you are horrible people inside and outside. But
Perfect hairline. That's exactly what I look for in a streamer. I don't care what kind of content they're putting out. I don't care if anything's worth a shit on their stream. I don't care about their layout, if I'm having a good time. Yo, give me that fucking perfect hairline and the peanut butter complexion. I'm on that stream throwing thousands of dollars at that person. What are you talking about? You're nuts. You're actually nuts. You're fucking out of your mind. The fact that this is what you bring up to try to have a one-up on someone is ridiculous. Bring up actual accolades you've earned, something good you've done in your life, something
neither of you have done anything good in your life.
On the internet. Why do you have 3,000 subs? If there's a good reason, bring it up. Bring up something actually positive that you earn. That should be applauded. That you're getting 2,000 viewers on a stream and you're getting 3,000 paid subs on Twitch. Why are you not bringing that up? Why are you talking about your hairline and your fucking skin? No one cares about your fucking skin except you. You're the only one. It's like you live in your own little tunnel, and in the tunnel, all that it is a bunch of mirrors reflecting back at you, your own face. You just can't stop.
This is projection right here, Phil.
Ladies and gentlemen, you want to know who LTG
Like,
is?
you live in your own little
say
fucking
Obsessed with
hug
himself,
box
and everyone
too.
around
You
him
know that,
has it.
right?
He doesn't get the joke. He thinks that
I was actually about to say that.
Looks at how good he looks, and then he can't understand everyone else is laughing at him every time he mentions it. No one cares about how
Look
you
at
look,
you. This
No
could
one.
all be applied to you.
I don't even need to say the rest. Who we talking about? This Walmart NPC that I would just pass by. And I'm picking up some
I
fucking
do like
walnuts.
that.
Bro, get this.
I'm an NPC he would walk by when he's picking up walnuts. Wait a minute. Why are you going to Walmart to buy walnuts? Hold on a second here. He's supposed to be the pristine being, the Adonis,
Oh my
right? Why are you
God.
going to Walmart to buy walnuts, bro? Shouldn't you be going to like some green store? Shouldn't you be going to like fucking?
No, that's you because you think you're too good to actually go shopping at fucking Walmart, you greasebag.
to pick up your green drink and your fucking protein powders and all your shit for your fitness. Why are you buying walnuts at Walmart? And walking by me,
There's nothing wrong going to Walmart to buy shit.
Walmart. I don't go to fucking Walmart. Apparently you do.
Yeah, because you think you're too good for that. When you're not. You're too good for Walmart, so you go to fucking what, Target and Kroger? How is that any better?
I'm not. I don't even know why I elaborated on it that much.
I don't either,
Somebody
because
flip-
literally the one thing he said that was pertinent was I make a living other than contributions. I got all these subs. That was the one thing that was pertinent that made sense. Literally nothing else in the 7.5 minutes that he said had any application to me whatsoever. Nothing.
Let me pull it up. I really don't give a
It's
fuck.
only been 7.5 minutes. Why does it feel like it's like 5 days later?
I know.
Or wings. Don't you have a podcast to do for
And this
50
is sped up.
Yo, he brought it up again. Can someone get a count? Can someone count in this clip?
Jesus.
This 10-minute clip. How many times he mentioned the Keemstar podcast? What the hell is it? Dude, this guy is obsessed with that podcast. He so wanted to be on that podcast. So bad. He's so jealous and upset that he didn't get offered that money to be on the podcast, right?
I don't think LTG would have gone on that podcast either.
Association with him. As you guys know, I'm happy to just do shit for myself.
It would hurt his ego too much because he doesn't consider himself a lolcow. That's probably the same reason why you fucking didn't do
I'm happy
it.
to do my own shit. I'm not desperate to do collabs. When's the last time I did one? What are you fucking talking about? He thinks like I'm so desperate to be jumping on other people's.
That and the fact that he wouldn't be able to beg to his dents every fucking day if he went on it. Because people would be like, what happened to that $50,000, Phil? What happened to that vest streak money, Phil? Oh, I went to Bills. It all went to Bills.
Didn't happen, okay? None of this happened. It's all fabricated.
Sure.
It's nonsense. None of it exists, all right? I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I'm so confused. And no. Move would have been the moment you're offered money, you just take it with no consideration of the big picture, your future, how it benefits you, how it benefits your viewers, how it benefits your family. I thought of all that shit. I sat down with my wife. We had a big conversation about it and how.
Yeah, sure you did. I sat down with my wife and we're like, no, I'd rather keep begging for money every goddamn day than take $50,000 that would help me out a whole bunch and pay off all my taxes and everything. No, no, no.
And just fucking agree with it because you're desperate for money instead of actually having the balls to turn down an offer.
So you're admitting you're not desperate for money and you don't need money. Okay, I understand. Got it. Good for you. Good. Thanks for clearing that up then.
You know would help you in the short term, but long term
You don't actually need money. You don't actually need support. You don't actually need donations. Understood.
This guy, who knows what it would have been? If someone offered $50K to wear a fucking banana suit running around the streets, he probably would do that, right? I mean, geez.
Yeah. Who the fuck wouldn't? You're in a what do you say? A monkey banana suit? No one's gonna see who you fucking are if you're wearing some kind of suit. So hell yeah.
It's $50,000. It's not, especially, dude, you're bringing in.
They don't see who the heck you are. That's even more reason to do it. $50,000? I'll fucking wear whatever you want to go naked around. I don't care what people think if I give him $50,000.
So why is he so worried about a $50K podcast? Like, why is that a big deal to him? It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, my debt could be paid off. I could buy a new fucking car. Shit.
Yep.
I'm driving a 2006 car. Shut the fuck up, Phil.
What else is he gonna say?
Yeah, it's just basically him trying to steal my clout, whatever. But I hope it works because
What clout?
your shit's looking.
First of all, what clout am I trying to steal?
Oh, the whole, what, 2,500 subs that he has? Or the 2,000 people on stream? You know, that clout? The way more viewers than you ever get? Maybe that?
What benefit do I get? How many insane amount of contributions did I get on today's stream? I think I got like 4 super chats. Totaling maybe $15, right?
You're a fucking idiot. No, he's talking about if he was to fight you in a fighting game. If he was to fight you in Street Fighter 6, like you fucking want, and you keep begging him for that clout. That's what he's talking about.
Right? I'm not doing anything for
Which
clout.
this shit ain't gonna happen.
It might still happen. Who cares? But Phil really wants it. He's desperate for that.
Everyone else can do that.
If it happens, it's going to be in a place of convenience. Ain't going to be while they're both sitting at home.
Really? Like, what benefit?
No, they'll probably both try to do it online. Because Phil's a pussy.
Here's the absolute truth. The one thing that would benefit, I feel, both of us, would be to have a match or a
See?
series of matches.
See? That's what he's fucking all after this whole time.
And we just go at it and we have a good time. And there's no bullshit. There's no shit talk. It's just a fun match.
But yeah, so he's begging basically LTG. I keep wanting to say DSP. He's begging LTG for this fucking match because he thinks he'll be able to steal some LTG's viewers or even the haters. You know what I mean? Like he'll be able to steal that. So he's like begging them for it. I'm like, that's not gonna happen, Phil.
Internet likes that kind of shit. They like internet rivalry.
And then he thinks, oh, my fans will donate a lot of money if they see me fighting LTG. And I'm like, no.
There's no middleman fucking it up. There's no Keemstar orchestrating his puppetry into the situation. It would just be the two of us having a match that everyone would enjoy.
His
puppetry. I'd probably benefit. We get views. We probably get contributions. People would love that, right? There's literally it's a win-win situation. Even if you lose, who cares? I'm not some fucking pro player. I don't care if I lose. You're not a pro player.
Oh, I'm not a pro player, but I went on and on about how my Blanca got to master rank. Blah 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 blah.
I watched your stream. You were constantly getting pummeled in fucking ranked, and you were quitting to dashboards. It doesn't seem like you really care too much about wins and losses, which is fine. That's admirable. If you're not trying to say you're the best Street Fighter 6 player out there, why does it matter if you win or lose a fucking online exhibition match? It doesn't matter.
Because you're not worth his time.
That's the only thing. Of anything,
pay him the money then.
I don't want to ride your coattails. I don't want to get clout from you. What clout do I get from LTG? Zero.
So what? So if you're not going to get any clout from fighting him, why are you begging him to have a match in the first place then? Because if it's not about if it's not about clout, if it's not about clout at all, then why didn't you just fucking take the Street Fighter match that fucking Craig offered? Craig offered to fight you in Street Fighter 6. It doesn't even matter that he wasn't that well versed or good at Street Fighter because he doesn't normally play Street Fighter, right? So it's not even that it matters that he's good or not in Street Fighter 6. It would still be something entertaining for his fans and your fans. So he turned that down. But he's over here barking at LTG trying to get a match with him. Oh, but there's no clout involved. Then if there's no clout involved in you trying to fight with LTG, then you could have had that match with Craig. But no. Apparently that's a difference. That's somehow different.
I know about you until people started telling me they were called
Go ahead,
Black
sorry.
DSP. Yes, so if anything, you were getting clout off of my name back in the day. Maybe that's why you're so upset, because you didn't want part of that. I had nothing to do with that. You gotta stop trying to project that shit on me. I didn't call you Black DSP. I don't even know who the hell you were from a hole in the wall. I don't give a shit. All right?
Okay,
but
bullshit.
I have a right to watch a stream and make general comments. Like, why are you so upset? Why are you so butthurt? And why do you care about how I look? It's fucking
he's
bizarre.
fucking fuming. He's mad.
Please, go do it. Then maybe he'll shut
hurt.
up about it.
Bro. Shit's looking real private. Anyway, let me go back to what I was saying.
Fucking sad.
God, don't tell me nothing else about this fucking weirdo speaking.
But it still goes on.
The only way he would know if I keep hitting the dashboard in 6, if it's There's some shit I can't even say. Let's just keep it tasteful. The only reason he would know I'm still hitting the dashboard on 6 because I don't want to watch long ass super moves is if he's watching my stream.
I watched one. I admitted it. I watched the one stream. That was the point. What I was commenting on. I finally watched one. It showed up randomly in my feed, and I said, "What the fuck?" And I just clicked on it, and I was fascinated because again, I don't understand.
And then you ran your mouth like a bitch, like always.
Then don't play the game. The game is full of super animations. If they bother you.
So do you remember when he got in trouble with someone on Twitter like a few years ago, or whatever, because the guy had an arcade in his fucking home, or whatever? And he, like, quote retweeted him and said something, which was, like, it was all well and good until, like, the last sentence or two. And it's like, he's the type of person who should stop talking a few sentences before the end. Because, like, at the last few sentences, he will, like, inadvertently insult the guy and not fucking realize that he's insulting someone. And then he'd be like, why are you attacking me? I didn't say anything wrong. Yes, you actually kind of insulted the fucking guy. By insinuating that he wasn't part of the fighting game community when he was. But, like, he doesn't realize that he does this all the time. Whenever he talks about someone that's not himself, he will insult the person inadvertently.
What?
Every fucking time. Side scrollers, LTG, the guy on Twitter, whenever he's talking about you.
Oh, I'm glad I played it to the end. We almost
unless they're a pay pig or whale of his.
Yes, I fake masturbated.
Okay, that's kind of funny, actually. I know a few detractors honestly think that he fake masturbated, though. What do you think? Do you think it was fake, or do you think you really did it?
That's lunacy. It's literally, out of all the things that have happened to me in my life, it's obviously going to be the most embarrassing moment that's ever happened to me in my life. I will never live it down.
Oh, you might be AFK right now.
That, correct? And there's nothing I can do about it. But I've learned to live with it and laugh at it. It's not a big deal. You don't bring it up all the time because it was a stupid, silly mistake. But why would I have fabricated it? What in the fuck are you talking about? You are insane. Like, what? Really, what would the benefit have been? I mean, if I'd reacted to it wrong, that would have been the end of me on the internet, right? Now imagine if I had completely, utterly, 100% said it never happened, right? Or that would have been nuts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when shit like that happens, I'm gonna fess up to it. It's public. It's right there. I'm not stupid, right? Like, that literally could have been the end of everything, right? And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna fess up to it. Actually, got some really good advice too about it. That I should just fess up to it and roll with it and make jokes about it, which I did, right? But why? I don't understand. What is your reasoning that you think he says I was gonna get something positive out of it and it didn't work?
Hey, you still there, or? You might be having issues with his connectivity. I'll keep going for now. Hopefully you can still.
What positive thing would I find out of that? What are you? This guy has some really weird notions. So he thinks the only way you could be a good streamer or a streamer worth talking to is if you're really good looking and you work out and you're tall. Anytime you're offered money, you should just take it, regardless of the repercussions. Just take it or you're stupid. And you can benefit from publicly masturbating. These are some interesting factoids we're learning about LTG today. It's an interesting psych profile that's being put together here, to say the least.
You're not learning shit.
And it didn't even work.
For clout.
What dude does this when they're masturbating?
That's pretty good.
Are you a little nervous because you're being called out, Phil?
That's pretty good. He literally reenacted it. That's pretty funny. Here's the actual funny part about it all.
Oh my god.
That happened to me once. I literally had no clue the camera was on.
And that's all you're ever going to be remembered for. It's the guy screaming on his Twitch.
It's not a conscious thought to look like that or act like that on a camera, right? It's just unconsciously acting like that during a private act. How many other people have impersonated me doing that? What's more embarrassing? Impersonating someone who's masturbating on purpose because you actively chose to try to put on your real O-face, or actually just, doing it by accident once? Like, what are you
doing? Doing it by accident is more embarrassing. Sorry, it just is.
Oh my god.
Is that even a question?
Hi.
Anyways,
this stage of the game.
There's his real hair. You can see it.
This thing got me lost.
Cut off there. You can actually see it.
Oh, you're back.
It's crazy what you do with filters these days. That looks.
I've been here.
It looks realistic, doesn't it?
Oh, sorry. I was asking if you were still there, and I couldn't. You didn't respond, so.
Oh, my fault. I was listening to this travesty.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's cool.
That was a filter.
There's your clout.
Oh, we lost you for a second.
You said how money you might get off reacting to my shit.
No, I'll just.
All right, I'll take the. Hold on. I will take
just listen to this bullshit. Like, all you can do is listen to it and analyze.
We're almost done with this one, and that's the longest video of all of them.
Holy shit. How about
I
this?
know.
All right?
This
How about
textbook
Take some of
bullshit.
the money you make every month, your
Mhm.
3,000 paid subs on Twitch, and go see a fucking psychiatrist about your problems that you project on
Look
others.
who's
No one cares about how
talking!
much
This
you-
is such
No, I don't.
projection!
You shouldn't care about the podcast I turned down. You shouldn't care about my camera quality. You shouldn't care about any of that shit.
If anyone
Go work
needs
on
therapy,
yourself.
it's probably
Keep your glass
you.
house before you start throwing stones.
Sigmund Freud would
Why do you
have
think
so
you're
much to
2,000
work
followers
with
People
you.
love you? No, it's because, like I said, you're the
You
black
need
man
like a
problem.
team of
People watching you.
psychiatrists
You're so
around the
sick.
clock
People
monitoring
no one
you
gives two fucks
as
about
a fucking
looks. They care about your
specimen.
Street Fighter 6 and you get your ass whooped.
And probably be
You
locked up in a
dashboard,
padded
you
cell
have to fight
somewhere,
them
like
out.
he says
You
we
practice
all
them,
should,
like,
for being
seriously,
detractors of
pretty
him.
sure
Like,
he's
no,
going
it's
to
really
Street
you
Fighter
that
6.
are the
There's
one
two
who
players
should be
left to
locked
play.
up.
They're gonna be two monks.
Man,
living in
Phil
fucking
don't know
mountains
shit
in
about
Tibet.
life.
They're the only two people left he didn't black.
Nope.
How's he gonna play the game? It's absolutely ridiculous. The guy, the way this guy's
He lives in his own
right? He's playing
fucking
the game.
bubble,
I was
man.
fascinated by it, and I was genuinely asking questions about it. That's it. You know, that's all I wanted to know. I didn't insult the guy. I don't care.
Yes, you
about his
did.
hygiene or how he fucking looks. This guy's nuts. And why do you think everyone is fucking?
He
making
didn't
fun of this guy?
personally insult him, but he still insulted his stream, so
This guy's just-
he took
this guy's
offense to
talking about
that.
online. What the hell, man?
and he's clapping
Nobody
back.
cares. Nobody fucking cares about
You both fucking
any of the things he
jokes.
mentioned in this video about me. Literally, no one gives a shit about any of that stuff. Anyone with a brain, anyway. Who gives a fuck about how Darksydephil looks? You're the only one, apparently. And my wife, I mean,
Well,
yeah,
why
my
do you
wife
have a
cares about
face
it.
cam
That's
on
why
all the
she's only
time?
one
24/7, every
you know?
goddamn
The fact
game,
that
he
you
has a
sit there and
face
rant
cam
about how
on.
it looks, and you literally didn't even watch the video.
That
You
just
know what
boils
I
down
said?
to
You reacted
is,
for 10 minutes,
like,
it's
this.
nonsense. It's just like, wow. Well, I'm sure here's the funny part. You know he's going to be reacting to this tonight. And it's funny because he probably will make money on it. I'm not going to make any money on this shit, you know? I just wanted to get it done with because today I'm playing with Rashid in Street Fighter 6. I just wanted to get this out of the way so now we can have a fun Rashid day. And
Like,
not to worry about everyone, 'cause you-
I don't
you said
show
you
my
were- you
face
said- No, I
on
did.
on
I
this
did. 10
channel,
minutes is probably the most bullshit I've
but
ever
it's
heard.
not
And
like
one point that was
to
very
hide
good.
my
I'm
identity. I mean, it's out there. If you
Yeah, I
dig
will
deep
agree
enough,
with
you're
that.
gonna
That's a good
find
amount
it.
of
Who
subs, that's cool.
cares?
If you don't have to worry about people contributing
But
to
it's
your
this
life,
channel
you
isn't
do
about
I
me.
feel
This
confident.
channel is
That's
about
actually-
reacting
keep
to
maintaining-
his
Your setup
bullshit
really sucks. Too much
and
chat,
other
the
people's
game's too
bullshit.
wide,
Because I was
too much
thinking of
blur,
branching
too
out
much
to other
confusion,
lolcows as well.
You're putting the dashboard for no reason. Doesn't benefit anyone.
But I
Literally,
That's a good
haven't
idea.
been hate watching
Why are you blacklisting
other
everyone?
lolcows as
I
much
know
as
you
I have
blacklisted
him.
everyone
So
who's
like I know
You
more
need
about
them.
DSP
Easily.
than any
You
other
blacklisted them.
lolcow.
You're banning
So it's
your
like
points. There is a reason why we are 2 months in the
I
street.
know-
when it
I-
comes to
I have played
us,
with Blanca 5 times online ranked.
I
and
wouldn't
I'm
even
four-star
say
diamond,
hate
and you
watching
play
either when it
almost
comes to
nonstop
us.
with
Like,
Lisa, and you're still at 2 and 1 star
at this
diamond.
stage
You
of the
fucking
game,
fucking
like,
around.
we're all just
Stop this shit.
laughing.
well, that's what
I'm
I
trying to
mean. That's
figure
what I
out-
mean. But I don't know if like I don't know a good word for it. Detracting, watching, because like I'm not
We're laughing.
right. We're not like, and I'm not. I don't. I will not usually go to his channel unless I absolutely have to. Like when Raw DSP and Dark Dave Mirrors went down for a while there, I was having to go to his channel. But I usually don't like going to his channel because even then I don't like giving him the view. Even that, you know. But it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like he's a train wreck. You can't look away. So like, I'm not watching videos on him because I'm obsessed with him. He is my reality TV show, and it's far funnier and better than actual reality TV because this is like in real life actually happening to this guy, and he keeps fucking his own life up. Like it's not everyone else that's screwing his life up. He is the one doing it to himself, and it's just fucking insane to watch someone dig deeper and deeper and never actually hit rock bottom because he's too stubborn and stupid and delusional to even realize he ever hit the bottom. So he's going to dig a hole all the way to fucking China and back because he refuses to acknowledge he's ever hit the bottom. And it's like, I'm just curious where this is going to go from here and everything, you know? So I guess
Everybody
like
is. I mean,
laughing at him, I guess.
we're laughing. Yeah. We're laughing and analyzing.
Yeah, and it's just crazy.
Like
and
the
the
most
other
part,
thing is
people
like
try to-
a lot of detractors are like really entertaining. Like I'm trying, but I'm not the funniest person. I've never been super great with comedy, so I'm trying to be entertaining. But
once I keep sitting here being the voice of reason, being you know that angel on your shoulders, you're doing fine. You're lovely, and I mean it. You're beautiful. You're doing a-okay.
Thank you.
There's other streamers out here that are detractors
that's the point I was making. He's playing this
of
you know,
Mr. Benil, and some of them even ended up on Decepticon's video. But like, we're all playing a part.
That was such a good video
like,
too.
I'm just sitting here trying to like, just like a lot of other people, figure out how is he so fucking stupid.
And like, I'm like, there's no way. Like at first, when I first found out about him, I swore he was playing a character. There's no fucking way though. There's no way he's faking
Like
all this.
you rather sit.
That
You
would be
rather
like
sit there and. God, I'm sorry.
no. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying like that would be like beyond Truman level, beyond actual actor level. Like that would be like best performance of the century level acting right there if he was actually faking this whole fucking thing.
Like
It's
you want to sit there. You rather sit there and scroll through Grinder down south somewhere.
Ugh.
You rather scroll through Grinder while you stand in the middle of what's a good one? I need a dry ass fucking American town with hardly nobody in there. Anyway,
Mississippi, Utah,
yeah, like yeah, some shit like that.
Tennessee.
Like, they're not dry. There's a lot of fun things to do down there.
I don't know.
Some hick town in the middle of
Alabama.
nowhere.
There you go, Alabama.
Most likely. You had to sit there and scroll through Grindr and shit and talk to dudes that don't got the balls to come out and go on a date with you because they're all down low fucking closeted assholes. That's more fun than actually taking Benel seriously. Like, I mean, you watch this shit. You watch somebody make fun of it. You type in the chat. Then you come back to it. Because maybe somebody hasn't seen it before. Maybe, there's some more evidence found. Or you're covering it for whatever reason. You come back to it, it just makes you just even madder than the first time. Because it's like, how can these people be this fucking oblivious?
I used to get mad at Bernal. I used to hate him a lot. I used to. But, like, now it's just comical to me. It's just
I'm
a fucking joke.
I'm literally sitting here playing with my fucking nipples and shit, like, because doing that is like better than trying to figure out like it's to the point even not trying to figure out why they so fucking stupid. I can't believe I'm on the same planet as people who act like you.
I don't know, man.
Like,
Maybe these people just never fully evolved into like humans. Maybe these I don't know. It's all about how they're raised. You can tell their parents failed them, I guess. I
need to get my nipples pierced.
That sounds like it would hurt too bad. I don't know if I could do that.
No, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna get it done.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, he's nice and positive again. Like, what the hell?
I do want to get a tattoo covered up.
But, let's see,
not removed, just covered up with a different one.
Please tell me.
You already know your midsection has at least 5 to 6 creases.
Like, I mean, I'd rather sit here and,
midsection has 5 to
I'm
6
stimulating my
creases.
tits for no fucking reason because it's like, am I gonna sit here and try to figure out what the fuck is wrong with Phil? I'm gonna sit here and like, I don't fucking know, man. Like, I see why, and I see why Ravens, Dolphin, and Cinco Fiore, like other people, like they get so animated. Even Ann and Aquatil, they get so fucking animated when it comes to certain shit that Phil says and does. Because it's like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Well, the good news is we're getting closer to being done. We have 2 videos, but they're short, and then we'll go back to catching up with more recent stuff.
Fuck.
That's not even the problem.
Yeah,
it's
like,
like,
that was the big thing.
No, I know what you mean.
LTG,
like you where do you people come from?
I don't know. You only got like people like Cyrax. Ugh, fucking Cobra.
Yeah. So they're all in the same category. Yeah, and White Bowser and I don't fucking know.
I'm going back to what like maybe they are NPCs. Maybe like we're like people with common sense and like a functioning
They're
brain,
worse than that.
and like we're all like actual people, and these are just like
they're worse
malfunctioning NPCs.
they're worse than that. Like, I mean,
it's like the computer. It's like you're in a video game and the AI bugs out, and the NPCs just go
Like,
crazy. But it's only a few
I'm
of them.
sitting here wondering how a psychiatrist will react to some of these fucking
Well,
dumbass.
that's what I'm saying. Like, these people would be like profusely studied by like being surrounded by a bunch of different, more than
They
one.
need to be.
They need more than one psychiatrist to handle people like this. So, like, I don't even know where to start. Like, we need like a team of psychiatrists around the clock studying and learning. Like, Steve has his hands full. I'm gonna say that.
Fucking ridiculous, man.
It really is.
But yeah, you work tomorrow or you off tomorrow?
I work, unfortunately.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna be on one of them King Sly type tips. I gotta get up like around 3 something in the fucking morning. Whoopee.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me. You know, there's nothing to be sorry about. I gotta get up early. Stop apologizing. You're perfect. I'm not
It's
just
a
saying
habit.
that.
It's a bad habit that I apologize.
Perfect. You
much,
better.
okay?
Phil needs to apologize. Phil needs to apologize for wrecking everybody's fucking brain.
Yeah.
Bill needs to apologize for being a cocky son of a bitch. Wings needs to apologize for being fucking Wings, and the list goes on and on. You're good. You're perfect. Like,
All right, let's continue.
He won't do shit online anymore.
Can you hear it?
Basically, that was when he originally started talking big shit, and then he got bodied by Vizant, and because of that, he will never challenge anyone like ever again, because he knows if he loses.
And I don't know who said it.
Hey, look-
Maybe was it you? I think said it. Like about his shirts and how
What?
small they look. The button-up
who?
shirts. Was that you?
Talking about Phil?
Yeah.
A couple people said it. I never made a comment about his shirts, but I did
I
make
heard-
a comment about. I did make a comment once about how if you look at him back in the day, how the weight that he had on him, and look at him now, he looks like a former dope fiend. Like him back then and him now looks like two different people. It looks like one looks like an older brother, one looks like a younger brother, because the weight that he lost is the kind of weight loss you see in somebody who used to get high on the hard shit.
Like, okay, so there's
I'm
a few
talking-
things I wanted to talk about for that. First of all, it's like like 40 pounds like is a good amount of weight to lose, but the way he makes
lost
it
way more than
sound,
that.
the way he makes it sound, it sounds like it's like with Amber Lynn claiming like she lost hundreds of pounds when she didn't. But it's like he makes it seem like losing 40 pounds is more like losing 140 pounds or something. I'm like, it is
he lost
only
way
40
more
pounds.
than that.
No, he did.
If you look at him, he lost way more because back then the arms were bigger. Like everything was bigger. Now he looks frail and weak, and you could just push him over and he'll fall and break every bone in his body. Like
he has
looks
that.
like.
Yeah, he has that like skinny but also fat look where it's like he just has no meat on his legs or arms whatsoever, but it looks like he still kind of has like a bit of a gut or something.
He looks like he did straight dope for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like seriously, he does, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did have a dope habit, because how many people out here that you would never realize have bad habits like that? Like most, I want to say, I don't know, 90% of motherfuckers on this planet with money, like, are known or good for snorting cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, politicians, actors, people with millions and billions, you know.
It's just these shirts. I don't know exactly who was that said it, but like these shirts look like two size. Like this one doesn't look that small, but some of the other ones, man, they look like 2 sizes too small for him. They look like he's barely squeezing into these shirts, right?
We're talking about somebody who probably buys his wardrobe from Target, and Target has a small clothing selection. And
Well, I
Target's
think he
clothing
mentioned
selection
before
caters-
he bought some of these button-up shirts from like a thrift store of some sort or some kind of like used clothing store or something.
He probably did. And that's another thing, because
Which there's
like, he
nothing wrong
dresses
with
like-
that. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with buying thrift clothes. Like that's fine. But it literally looks like a kid's kid's clothing shirt that he's trying to squeeze into. And
He dresses like he brought clothes from the supermarket, and some
Yeah.
supermarkets do sell clothing. Like that, he literally does fit that stereotype. Like, he look like because Target on the real, Target's clothing section only caters to fucking college kids.
yeah, and small skinny people. Yeah, there's no plus sizes at all.
Yeah,
There's no
None.
tall sizes. There's no like if you're really tall, you're screwed. If you're
I'm
any kind
just
of
keep it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. It's just because like Target has some decent looking clothes that I wouldn't mind wearing. It's just I'm not ever gonna fit in those clothes. So I was like, yeah.
And I'm gonna be 100% real with that. Like Target's clothing section caters to Caucasians and Caucasians only.
I get
And
that. Yeah.
A lot of people know that. A lot of people know that.
Mhm.
Where Walmart has clothes for everybody.
Well, yeah. Well,
Walmart has clothes for like everybody.
yeah. Again, but even though because I'm just pretty big, I'm a chunky boy, so they
There's
don't
nothing
have.
wrong with that.
No, I'm just saying they don't really have. Even in Walmart, I can't even sometimes find clothes that fit me because it'll say, "Oh, it's a 2X," and I put it on. I'm like, "That's no 2X. That's a lot smaller than a normal 2X would be for me, or whatever." Depends on the brand and everything too, but
I mean, they got big and tall stores where you at.
yeah. That's usually where I have to shop is big and tall stores, or online for the big
Yeah,
and tall shops, like online.
Yeah, because damn near every excuse me, damn near every major city should have like a store that caters to like big and tall people.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to Phil does fit them stereotypes where he probably only shop at places to cater to people with his skin complexion. Like you'll never see.
Well, and we all know
Phil.
he's too high and mighty, too far above shopping at Walmart. Apparently, he can't ever be seen at Walmart. God forbid.
You'll never see Phil
He won't.
shop at like a Gap store or
Nope.
Adidas store or one of them either, because you got mostly African Americans who shop them stores. You know,
Go into
for
the
the most
mall,
part, you got
go into
mostly-
all those different Gap
Yeah.
and Marshalls and all these fancy. Wait, what's
Marshalls?
Macy's?
Marshalls caters to everybody too. Yeah, they cater to
Macy's. Like I'm trying to think of some other ones.
the Caucasians.
Old Navy.
Marshalls caters to they cater to mostly the Caucasians.
Yeah.
Cause
Kohl's.
I tried buying shit out
I do
of
like
old-
Kohl's.
yeah, them
I will
shit.
say I'm quite a fan of Kohl's.
I
I
tried
don't know if it's
buying
an East
shit
Coast
from
thing or not.
Old Navy before. I
Yeah.
tried buying shit from Old Navy before, and they don't have anything in my size, and they don't have anything of my liking.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, plus size section is online only. I'm like, oh, that's thanks. Ow.
But yeah, Phil, that he doesn't know how to dress.
No,
Like,
he
let's
doesn't. I
keep
mean,
it
to be
real.
fair,
He does-
I don't. I'm lazy. I don't really know how to dress either. I like have jeans and a t-shirt on most of the time anyway, or something.
But see, don't compare yourself to Phil. You
Oh,
can't
I'm
do that
not.
because
No,
you're
I'm
living.
not. I'm not that
you're-
bad. And most of the time, he
you're
just wears
living a life
pajama
better than
pants
that.
all the time. Yeah.
And they said that they wouldn't be surprised if at his own wedding he had a tuxedo top. Oh no, not even tuxedo. He had a dress suit top, and he was probably wearing pajama pants the whole time.
No, there's a picture of him. Hold on, let me. We can still see this, right?
That's the joke I heard. I heard that he only had like a dress suit top and he had like pajama pants on.
Oh, I
some
see. Because it
bullshit.
only showed the one.
Yeah. Allegedly, he only took one picture at his wedding, where other people even said that at a wedding, especially your own wedding, you're gonna take multiple pictures.
Pause.
Like, meanwhile, like they said he only took one picture. of
Yeah,
his
it
own
looks like
wedding.
it's just the one picture. Like
Yep.
it's just this picture here.
Yep.
And I think he mentioned something about while he was talking about the photo, it was like some old suit that he like had from like his high school, like from his prom or some bullshit like that. Or something. Yeah, imagine him just
And that's-
wearing this, but you still have the fucking Legend of Zelda pajama pants on. But it's like, yeah, if you're at a wedding, why would you just take one photo? Like, really just one photo? Like, you don't have, like, a hired photographer that's doing multiple pictures or anything? I don't know.
That's why I said these people, and I hate to say this because Rich said this, but then again, he's a fascinating specimen himself. Again, Duty's gonna have to explain that to me. But anyway, I know he owes me nothing, but I just would like to know, it's like why on some Joe Budden shit, why? But these people are mentally fascinating. From I want to study your brain not because your brain is unique and amazing, because the human mind shouldn't think as pathetically as you do. But like it's I don't know what goes on through this man's head, but clearly he's in his own world. You can't tell him anything. You can't correct him on anything, because that will shatter the facade that he's been holding up all these years.
Yeah, I watched that one video where he like basically got super pissed off at someone for trying to correct him on something he was factually wrong at, and he ended up banning the guy because he could not handle someone correcting him. I'm like, Phil, you are fucking wrong at this issue. And the guy didn't say that. The guy was actually being polite and trying to, like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying, here, look, what was it? Digital Foundry proved what you're saying is incorrect. And he blew up, like, banned the guy and said, I'm going to ban anyone who disagrees with me, basically, is what he said. It's like, you guys are just fucking idiots. I know better. I've been playing fighting games, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, his ego couldn't even handle the fact that he was talking out his ass and wrong, even though he proves nothing to counteract the facts that were being disputed against. He doesn't show his own facts. It's literally just believe me, don't believe anyone else, even though everyone else did actual research and has actual facts, and I don't have any facts. I am literally just telling you what I supposedly know, and I have nothing to back it up and no evidence whatsoever, but believe me instead. That's literally cult-like behavior, and that's what he's doing. And it was insane.
It is, because he needs a doctor. Like, seriously, like these people
needs like a team of doctors around the clock. Yeah,
like they need psychiatrists. They need to get the Cyrax treatment. You know,
they really do.
Padded room, even review tech. Like, dude, like he's embracing being infamous instead of trying to rise above. Like, that's my problem with these idiots. They don't want to rise above. They want to stay at the bottom. Like, another thing, and I hate this, I really do. Another thing Rich said, and I hate to sit there and agree with that. He said, Phil has, how did he put it? He used some like Hollywood term or something. He said, like as far as content, meaning, you know, the people who restream Phil and talk about Phil, make videos about Phil, do Dead Sea Scrolls about Phil, deep dives about Phil, commentate on his stuff, that is like, he really does have his life is like, for lack of better words, I'm not doing this verbatim, it's almost like a Hollywood production. And did Phil, like everybody else has said, and, you know, and it was sort of kind of, you know, so that's another word I'm looking for. The same thing Side Scrollers is doing, that whole monetize the haters bullshit. It's like, you're giving validity to these people, to people like Craig, when they say you gotta use your detractors, and Keemstar says something similar. Like, turn your detractors into money because they're your biggest fans. They restream you and watch you and bring thousands of people, hundreds of people into your chat by restreaming you and stuff. And, Phil, at this stage of the game, would probably be just better off watching detractor videos and putting his own commentary. But
I know other people have said so too, where it's like DSP versus the internet should literally just be DSP versus the internet, where he watches detractor content and tries to he wouldn't be able to, but if he argues no, that's wrong because blah blah blah, and just get you know what I mean, and just try to supposedly disprove everything they say, but he won't act. You know him, he can't actually disprove the things people are saying about him because it's true. But that's why he has no evidence to really put forward to plead to show that he's innocent. But it would still be entertaining because he would be making up excuses and trying to counter some of the arguments against him and everything, and we'd hear a lot of ridiculous excuses and everything. It'd probably be more entertaining than that boring ass DSP reacts to the internet bullshit that he does now, at least. And his fans would probably love it. So yeah.
You mean those what, 6 idiots that he has
basically
in his Discord?
The 6 dents that he has still, yeah.
Yeah, which are basically mods anyway on his channel.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason they probably put up with him because they have a wrench.
Yeah.
Because
basically,
from what I've seen, wrenches make people feel like they're important when they're really not.
right.
Everybody has been there to some capacity. You get modded on somebody else's channel, and you get the power to kick people out, block people, silence people, time them out, and it goes to people's heads.
Mm-hmm.
It literally does go to their head, and it's that's probably why these 6 idiots, they put up with him and talk to him, sit in his Discord because they have some form of power.
Yep.
Let me put it this way. It's remarkable that LTG has the following he has, because
Jealousy.
already he's basically
No,
been
it's not.
clowned on so bad in the Street Fighter community. You know what I'm saying?
Same
he
as
was
you?
destroyed by Vizan. He's banned from Evo.
You were clowned on
So,
in the Street Fighter
the
community
fact that
too.
he gets
And
following
we're finding that out
support
more
for
and more
fighting
with the
game
Dead Sea
streams is
Scrolls.
remarkable.
Dead Sea Scrolls.
You actually have to applaud the guy, because this guy's been stomped on into mud, turned into paste.
This is
by
such
the FGC,
projection. Holy
but
crap.
he still makes money on fighting
Most
games.
of Dale's fan
projection.
base
If anything
comes
is
from
to
the
be
fact.
applauded,
This
Right
sounds
that's
just
now,
like-
most of
found
Dale's
a way,
fan
he's found
base
his
comes
niche
from the fact that he's
to
been
make
streaming with people like Gideon. And
Yeah. Plus, this also
and,
sounds kind of like jealousy, a bit too. But
it is. But
yeah.
you'll never get Phil to admit it. It's the whole beef with the side scrollers is they had hundreds of dollars in super chats. When Phil was doing that interview, and
Mm-hmm.
he feels entitled to that money. So
Yep.
it is jealousy
and be
because
popular
it always goes
despite
back to
the
money.
fact that the actual mainstream FGC hates his guts. All right, so I'll give credit where credit is due.
They hate your guts
But
too.
that Vizant match is the reason he will not ever fight
He
someone
said
again.
Visant. It's
That
the scam.
crushed his,
Yep.
him so
This
It's
man
hard.
the
can't
Viscant.
take the
You
scam.
know, crush the gems. Oh, his gems were crushed a long time ago. This guy has no gems.
He said
has no jewels.
Viscant.
All right, he's jewelless.
No, he said
He has nothing-
Visant or something
I have
like
nothing
that.
to gain. Wow,
He
you have no
said
pride. You have
Viscant.
no, but you seem to have tons of pride when it comes to your looks, something
Like,
you didn't earn. But when it comes to something you need to earn, like skill in a fighting game,
Just
you
like
have
he
no
says,
pride.
purposefully. Like
That's
purposefully,
what
not
you're
even a
doing. That's what
word.
you make your money on, right?
Oh,
So,
but
he
he's
says cold
valedictorian,
turkey.
you know,
Pretty
don't
crazy.
you know?
That's like he said.
But
He
it-
says
power to the
cold
guy,
turkey. When he's talking
but
about trying
the
something for the
deal
first
is, you talk
time.
shit to
Mhm.
me about my appearance, you better be
That
ready to get
makes
it back.
zero
He got it back, and
sense.
he didn't say diddly dick because he knows he can't say shit because he fucking basically got destroyed, and it's that simple. He's not gonna play me. He's not gonna do nothing. He's gonna sit there on his streams, flailing around in 2-star diamond, getting scrubbed out constantly, and somehow getting.
So,
2,000
like what
viewers
you're doing
More
now.
power to you.
Gotcha.
Gee, Woody, you're
LTG's a
talking to the wrong
dickhead.
person.
They
Why
Phil
should
both
you do the grudge
are.
match?
looks like Phil's like a former dope fiend, and who takes dope fiends seriously, even former dope fiends.
After years of everyone asking me to do it, I want to do it.
Nobody takes it. Well,
he just wants to sit there
some
on his ass
people,
this weekend
but I don't take dope
instead of
fiends
actually fucking
seriously.
doing something for Evo and getting hype and getting views and making money and being pertinent for once.
Dude, man, I saw God.
Nothing to do his usual scrubby shit. So, oh well.
Just like
Dale's
not trying to
I don't understand why it's
stream with Phil,
even if he loses,
because Dale's too busy
no one
sucking the
thinks
dick
of
of
LTG
people like
or
Jimmy.
DSP as good Street Fighter players. You understand that? No one. Literally, no one looks at us and says good Street Fighter players.
And
But
to
the fact
be
that you
honest,
have
like
two guys
anyone
who've been
fighting or is
ingrained
like
in this stupid
a
internet drama.
match against DSP isn't going to help anyone anyway. Like, it's not going to help LTG. It's not going to help DSP. DSP thinks it's going to help him. It's not.
Over a decade,
Nothing's
playing
going
each
to
other
change.
during Evo weekend.
Doesn't matter
that's
who
hype.
wins or who loses
That would get
either.
people
It's not going to help
excited.
either
I
of
said
them.
literally, if it's Evo quals going on and we were doing
Now,
it,
if it was a
people would say,
real
"Fuck their
fight
quals,"
like the
and open their
Boogie
phones and
versus
watch our
Wings,
good-
I would love
But
to
this
see
guy
that. I
doesn't-
want someone to kick
He
his
lives in his
ass.
own fucking world, his own bubble. He doesn't
Phil's
get
not gonna
that
do that
no
either.
one cares
No,
about
of course
his
not.
world.
He's a
He's too
pussy.
scared.
He's a
He
pussy.
doesn't understand the reality of who he is and
And even if
what's
Phil
going on
did
around him.
slightly, reluctantly agree to like a Keemstar boxing match,
No one
which
he
he'd
would
never
get
do.
75. See, he said it again for Fizan. Like, what the fuck is wrong with
Just
him?
do the fucking match and have some fun. And
His
get hype
brain's
around it,
fried
you know?
by Jin.
No, we're not going to do that.
And God forbid someone
This is hilarious.
declines
Gabolino says he apparently
an
makes
offer
more
from
money than
him
you. I
or
will
says no
absolutely
to
positively
him.
guarantee
It's a
you.
personal insult at that point. It's not that they don't just don't
That's
want to
fucking
do it or
ridiculous.
anything. It's
That's
like,
absolutely
oh, I'm
ridiculous.
attacked because you
You
said
know, all
no.
those
I gotta
paid
have it
subs
my
and
way the
claims
whole
that he gets on
time. Every
Twitch and
time
shit.
I need to have it my fucking way.
Sorry. What happened to the 2K? Well, let's see. The 2K was raised over a month ago, and it paid for stuff.
I
swear people are just
It
so
went to
nosy, like,
bills.
oh,
My
Phil raised some money
WWE
on a stream
Champions
last month. Where did the money go?
bills.
I paid for stuff with it. What do you think I did
Yeah,
with
it's
it?
like
I
that
burned
night.
it. I ate it.
God, this was a
I-
long
I-
ass time ago. This was
used it
like,
to pay down debt, and now
what Call of Duty
I'm out
was
of
this?
money, and I need more money
Blackout?
to pay the debt again.
No, this is
That's
before
how
that.
it works.
I don't remember.
Probably Black Ops. I don't know. But, like, I said this before too. Like, he's trying too hard to be like the fake Maximilian dude.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Phil fucked up at. Like, somebody I only seen one detractor point that out, and they're 100% right. Like, Phil, his whole repertoire is basically this is what's the word I'm looking for again? This is how you don't play, for lack of better words. He's like the this is how you don't play at the Game of Life version of Maximilian Dude.
Yeah.
Because they both went through the same shit. Fought at tournaments, lost their job, started a YouTube channel. But Maximilian Dude is so fucking famous, he's about to be in his own video game with MTV. And Phil is still sitting here saying, if you don't give me money, me and my wife have to eat dog food or some bullshit like that.
This is how it's like time for another good idea, bad idea kind of thing, or he's a cautionary tale for the internet kind of thing, you know? Like,
he definitely is. Well, yeah, let's keep watching this headache of a man.
all right.
If you can't notice, it's been a very busy 24 hours for me here on DSP Gaming. First of all, I don't know if you've noticed, but based
Super
on
busy, dude.
the feedback that I received yesterday on the podcast, I've been working on my sexy. All right.
Oh my God.
So I switched up shirts, so now I'm wearing a nice
He is so
tight
butthurt
pop
about
culture
that too.
reference
He's
shirt
so
to be
insecure.
at the height of fashion, and also
Yes, he is.
I'm wearing a piece of jewelry, a necklace on the outside of my shirt. to try to
Jewelry?
look
That's
nice
not
and
jewelry,
sexy
it's a
for you on the
way.
stream today. Now the problem is,
Oh my
sadly,
God.
I'm poverty status. All right. So because
Oh,
I'm
he's
poverty
so
status
butthurt.
streaming, I couldn't afford to get a real piece of jewelry. So
Of
I
course.
just grabbed whatever was hanging around in my office here, and I just tossed it on. But at least now, my looks must be improving, and they must be
Nope,
getting up to
not at
standard of
all.
what's expected of a professional level streamer.
You can't
who is
dress up a
spoken to
pig.
by another streamer, correct? Anyway,
And somebody tell DSP to get off my dick.
cool. Oh, the Walmart NPC in chat is telling me that I'm looking sexy today. Not sexy, sexy. There you go.
Oh my
Thank you.
God.
I tried to look as crispy as possible. I don't know if you look the hairline, the jawline. I got my jewelry on the outside.
What did you do to improve your jawline? You can't do anything about that
to
face.
Look nice and crispy for you.
Darksydephil is a stupid, cowardly, ugly, jobless, narcissistic, egotistical man-child who begs for people's money just by sitting on his fat ass.
It's true.
After having reacted to all that yesterday, I laid down the law. I said, "Is this simple?"
Oh, I love when he says, "I laid down the law," like he's some like badass or something. Like,
all stuff that literally has
no one
nothing to
cares
do with
what you
anything I
say.
said about you.
You're not
That's
the
fucked up.
authority in
So,
anything.
you know, the only content that we could ever do together that would be beneficial would be to do a grudge match of Street Fighter 6. And I think that we should do
more
it.
begging
because
for
I
the
think that
grudge
it's gonna be
match.
something that our fans want to see, our viewers want to see. I say fans and viewers because they're kind of different. Sometimes you have a fan base, but you also have a hater base, right? Like, I think our haters would equally like to see us face off in Street Fighter 6 as
Not
much
really.
as our
We don't
fans.
really
And it
care,
would be
Phil.
hype, and everyone would want to see it, right? I even proposed, let's make this
voice
big
quick
business.
crack.
Let's get this so hype. Let's do it during EVO. While EVO is going on and they're doing their qualifying rounds of bullshit, instead of watching the paint dry, people could jump over to our
yes, the
streams
paint
and watch
dry.
us
He's so
fight.
butthurt he's not
And
in
people would
Evo
be
right
hyped. I
now.
said, how much you want to bet if we did this during EVO? People at fucking EVO would say, "Fuck EVO! I'm gonna watch this shit on my phone right now." Everyone's
No,
gonna be
they
sitting there
wouldn't.
watching it on their phones.
They
because wanna see it
really
'cause
would.
it's
You
so hype,
are
right?
overvaluing
I made this proposition. Let's do it.
He always
And,
is.
the
his
thing
attention that he would
you know,
get.
during his 10-minute
My
unhinged
gosh.
rant, he basically said, "Well, the only way I would ever do anything with DarksydePhil is if I got paid $5,000." So I even said this: get that from your viewers because you have
No,
supportive
motherfucker.
viewers.
The whole point was you give him that money to fight him. That's the cost that you have to pay to fight for him to show up on your goddamn stream. It's not up to his viewers to give him the money to cover for your ass. That's on you.
Are you not aware of that? I mean, the guy has
Jesus.
3,000
Exactly.
paid subs on Twitch. He's making bank every month on Twitch just by streaming. So if that's
He's
the case,
making
I'm
bank?
pretty sure your viewers would love to see you
More
do a grudge
jealousy,
match,
too.
and they would support it. If they like you so much, why wouldn't they support you? So let them support you. Let
No,
them
it's
give you
up to
$5,000 to do this grudge match.
You.
And let's fucking Trump Evo. Seriously, let's just Trump that shit. Let's actually get more attendance and more interest on our stream than the Evo
He's so
stream.
pathetic.
All right?
He's
so
like a kid that was refused to be allowed to have a cookie.
that's where we left it yesterday.
He's like
and I even
throwing
said, I
his
said,
hissy fit.
I'm done talking about it now, unless there's more developments.
Oh, I'm
not
sure
going
you're
to
done
be
talking
about
about
this
it.
topic again, because there's no point. If he just ignores it and I ignore it, then it's dead. But, you know, unless there's developments. If there's developments, I'll talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's developments, okay? There's actually 2 developments that have happened, okay? So let's talk about those developments this morning. Development number 1. I was contacted by someone, and I am fascinated by the information that was presented to me. Now, keep in mind, this is just information that was presented to me. I really don't have any way to vet or confirm this information.
Another fake email.
But I received an email from someone, and I'm going to read it
Basically-
word for word.
No,
I'm
you
not even
didn't.
going to spin it in a way. I'm literally going to read the email word for word for you guys.
Email's
Ready?
supposed to be private between.
Why LTG
You know-
is bitter about the 50K.
He doesn't care about that.
Wings was once asked.
You sent him
if
an email
LTG
that's
should
basically
replace you on the podcast.
you agreeing that it can be shown
Wings
and read
stated
whenever.
that he suggested being a good replacement, but Keemstar rejected it, saying LTG wouldn't work. Word for word from the email that I received. So
And that
for back-
person in that email must be telling the truth and must actually know and isn't just making shit up to make you feel better or anything like that. No. It has to be the
Because you're
truth,
wondering,
though,
what is
right?
this podcast? Why the hell is LTG talking about a $50,000 podcast?
He's talking about it because you're a
So-
dumbass for refusing it. That's all.
Apparently last year, Keemstar wanted to do a podcast with me, Boogie, and Wings of Redemption. He was going to call it the lolcow cast, all right? He was going to pay us each $50,000 to do it, and then we were going to own a portion of the podcast, so if it became profitable, we were going to make money ongoing from this. However, Keemstar failed to be professional, failed to contact me in any
You
kind of
failed to
human
be a
way, 'cause he's
professional.
fucking
He
idiot.
did
He thinks that
contact
everything
you,
revolves around him.
and
my
you just
whole
didn't
life
want to work
schedule
with
and
him
my
because you're a
position
little
and everything
bitch.
should be dropped
Got
just
it.
to talk to this man. who
What
I
a
really want no
lies, man.
association with
Holy
whatsoever. I
crap.
think he's a fucking clown. He's a degenerate. I hate the content he puts out. I would never want to be associated with him.
I love
So,
how, like,
basically,
I love how he like
What?
he loves to pretend that like Keemstar's a super awful drama hound when Phil is just as much into the drama as Keemstar is. Like he's always stirring. Like that's what we're covering right now. Is him covering like going over fucking drama he started himself. Oh, but Keemstar was a drama hound. I hate his content. His content is all about drama. That's all your content
then
is.
what happened was Keemstar wouldn't let
That's
it go.
the only way you
He
can
kept
get
talking about
views
it.
is with
Publicly,
drama.
he
No one's
lied. Earlier this
tuning
year,
in
he lied,
to
saying
watch a
that
shitty
I
ass
still have a chance
gameplay
to be on the
film.
show. I was like, dude, I don't want to be on your fucking show. I've said it a million times. Doesn't matter how many times you say it. Then he lied and said things like he was going to get someone else to do it. Guess what? Guess what, guys? It's July 2023. There's still no podcast. Okay? So if anything, what this shows is that he
Because
had an idea.
no one else is-
Because you ruined
the idea
it.
won't work.
Because no one else is as big of a loser as he is. Like, you need a huge fucking big loser that's, like, really stupid and, like, has the worst takes to do a podcast like that. And no one else is fitting the bill just because, like, he's just that big of a fucking loser and an idiot. Like, where are you going to find another person
it
as
does
stupid
happen,
as he
great. More
is?
power to them. I told them, do
It's
the
gonna be difficult.
Why is it months and months later and the podcast still didn't happen? Because they needed me for it, all right? They know that. They know I was the thing that was hinging.
And
the
he
whole
doesn't
fucking
seem
thing
to
and bringing it
realize,
together
like,
without
that's
me.
not a good thing that they needed him for. Because, like, the whole point was for it to be a lolcow podcast and for them to talk their hot takes and stupid bullshit opinions on stuff. And, like,
They have no show.
and he makes it
So,
think like
anyway,
he's like some important person.
What ended up
No,
happening was for a short period
it didn't
of time,
happen because I wasn't there,
Keemstar
and
was
I'm
talking
super
online
important
saying,
about
who
it.
do you guys think should be the replacement for DSP on the podcast? And a lot of names came up, like Review Tech USA and stuff. And I guess LTG was one. And from what I'm being told here, you know, Wings was basically sold that LTG would work. And he talked to Keemstar, and Keemstar said, no, LTG would not work for this show. All right? So why
I guess Keemstar doesn't
is
like
LTG
him.
angry about the 50K? Because he didn't
He's
get
not
it.
angry at it.
Right? So he's mad.
Oh
He's
my
mad
gosh.
salty because he wanted that bag. He wanted that payday. And he's not offered the payday.
Oh, you
because no
talking
one wants him on
urban
the
lingo
podcast.
now with the bag now, huh?
You know?
But you don't know what bands
again,
are,
if
huh?
you're looking at value added and whatever, people are looking at it and saying that wouldn't add
Shit.
the value to the podcast. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing there. Is there an association between me and LTG? Well, we're both fighting game players. I'm a washed up one, right? He's kind of like, he was at one point kind of competitive. He's not anymore, right? But now he's prominent online. I used to be in the tournament scene. I'm not anymore. I'm washed up. But at least we have association. You understand? Like, we do. We have the fighting game thing is our association, right?
Same with
What
thousands of
relation
other
does LTG
people.
have to Wings of Redemption or Boogie? Zero. Like, literally zero.
You're all
He
fucking
wouldn't be
idiots
able
online.
to
That's
relate.
basically it.
That show wouldn't work. I agree. If you ask my opinion, it wouldn't work on that show. It would be like worlds colliding and making no sense. It's like, you know, trying to mix I don't know.
Oh, because he's
peanut
African American,
butter
Phil?
with olive oil or something. You know, it's like, yuck. It's going to be a messy. It's not going to mix.
Because
It's
he's
gonna be
African American, is
disgusting,
what
right?
you're
You
saying.
don't want that. So,
Oh,
you
but
know,
he's not
I
racist,
get
though.
it. But I think he's pissed. I think he's actually pissed off because he wanted that money.
He's still
He said,
off.
money, man. So he's holding it against me.
Are you still with us?
That I didn't take the money, but then
Yeah.
he couldn't take
Okay,
the
I just wanna
spot
make
sure.
that I didn't take.
Yeah, I
Right?
don't want
He's
to.
mad
I was
about
letting you
that. Why are you mad at
say
me?
what you got to
Why are
say
you
because I don't want
projecting
to
that
jump
onto
in and
me?
cut
Be
you
mad at
off.
yourself.
Oh, no, you
That
can,
no
whenever you
one
want.
wants you on the
Shit.
show. Not me.
My mouse
And I'm just
crashed.
I'm not the
listening here,
reason you're not
listening
on
to
the show.
Phil
How about
analyzing
this?
his shit.
Why does my
Wings,
mouse do
Boogie,
that?
Keemstar,
Sorry, I'm
put
just
LTG
trying to
on the
bring
podcast.
something up.
Make the
It's been-
podcast together.
There we go.
Give the man $50,000 and allow him to be on the show. Do it.
Oh, yeah, because your
There.
word matters
I
so
give you-
much.
I want it. Give you the blessing. Take the money.
Oh,
But
like
don't
they
fucking
need your
project it
blessing
on
for
me. I have
anything.
nothing
Oh
to do
my
with that.
god.
Why are you mad at me? Why are you salty at me?
His fucking
because
ego.
I turned it down because I want nothing to do with Keemstar. Like, what are you, out of your mind? That's fucking stupid. You say you call me dumb. No, I'm not dumb because I don't want to be roped into something for the rest of my fucking life. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't be. How is he like a business, like supposedly a business major, and he doesn't understand what a fucking contract is? Like, once that contract is over, it's over. You're done. You wouldn't be indebted to him. My god, he's stupid.
I don't want to be roped
Oh,
into something forever.
he's scared.
I don't.
That's why.
I know, but
you
it
know,
makes no
forget
sense.
that shit. I have the ability to pass up on
It
an
doesn't.
offer.
He's
So do you, right?
his thing with
you're very
Keemstar.
passive about
He's
any
scared
offers
of
about doing stuff with me, so I have
getting
the ability
made
to
fun
pass up on
of. You
offers
know,
to
another
do stuff.
job high
There's no
situation,
criticism
shit
there.
like
You have
that.
no right
Yeah.
to criticize me for saying that I don't want to do something I didn't want to do.
And honestly,
you have no
like,
right
I
to
kind of
project that
feel
on me
like
because
maybe
you
he
want
should
the
have just
money.
taken his beating from
Anything
Jaha.
for this, right? Okay. Now,
No, because then we wouldn't be talking about Jaha right now because he probably would have been arrested for,
there's another big
killing this man
this
one
is
hit.
really the reason why I'm talking about this today. Not the email. The email's just speculation, right? So after my podcast yesterday, all right, obviously all the haters clipped it. It was all over the internet. Tens of thousands of views everywhere, right? And of course, I don't. Here's the thing. I would say, oh, LTG got wind of it and watched it, and then he responded. No. Do you want to know what happened? You ready for this? Here's what actually happened. You ready for this? Okay, get ready for this. LTG DM'd me on Xer. Not Twitter anymore. It's Xer or X.
Oh my God,
he's on the X app.
All right, like, I get it. Elon Musk is a fucking idiot. He fucked up Twitter, and now it's called X app. Or X or whatever. But he keeps bringing that up every fucking time. You're like, just call it Twitter. We're all still calling it Twitter. We're going to keep calling it Twitter because X app makes no goddamn sense. And it's a stupid fucking name.
It doesn't.
So everyone is still
really
calling it Twitter. So just keep calling it Twitter. We get it. It changed. He's an idiot. He's ruining the site. We got it. Just keep saying fucking Twitter like everyone else. Stop, like, lingering on that. Like, we get it. It sucks. We're all critical of it. No one likes it. Literally, I don't think anyone is, agreeing that it's good.
Okay? Would you like to know what
Except
he said?
for Elon Musk.
Sure. I'm going to show you what he said right now.
His asses who really love him and do everything.
All right? This is what he sent me yesterday. Okay? Keep in mind, I've not DM'd this guy since June when Street Fighter 6 came out, and I said, hey, just so you know, I'm always open to a match if you ever want to do one, even though I know you're probably not interested. It was a very friendly DM that I sent him in, like, mid-June. Okay? So I haven't talked to this guy in a month and a half.
And then with this recent thing, you also, so that's like, what, 2 or 3 tries where you tried to fight him?
If you want to play me. If you want to play me in anything, so I guess it's a grammar error. If you want,
honestly, I think maybe he meant to put another comma here. If you want to play, comma, play me in anything. Oh no, you're right. He did fuck it up and do it twice. Because I was gonna say, oh, if you want to play, comma, play me in, but it's not that, so it wouldn't make sense.
Play me in anything. It's gonna cost you $5K.
But like, to be fair, if I'm typing something on my phone, it's not gonna be very grammatically accurate. As opposed to if I'm on my computer. It depends.
This pisses me off because I was actually contacting local bands here in Seattle that I was going to send to him to perform.
Oh my God.
But now he wants 5K, not 5 bands. So that's a little upsetting because I did all that extra work by accident. This is sad AF. Stop mentioning me and upgrade your streams. Godspeed. Okay? So here's the thing. Read that again. Stop clout chasing, bro. Clout chasing. Let's analyze this message, okay? Let's actually
do we have to?
Clout chasing.
That's
LTG
what you're doing,
actually thinks I'm clout chasing him. LTG.
You said it yourself. He makes more money and has more viewers. So, yeah, he would have more clout than you do. So that would technically be clout chasing, Phil.
He actually, in his own mind, thinks that there's clout associated with him to chase.
More clout than you have.
In a parallel universe.
I mean, to be fair, he's not. To be fair, obviously, he doesn't have a whole lot of clout, but he would probably have more than you fucking do.
About him, and that associating with him is somehow clout worthy. He doesn't know what the fuck.
So if it's not that, then why the fuck do you want to fight him in the first place? You're clearly trying to get more viewers, be it LTG's viewers or other people who don't normally watch your fighting streams to come in to watch. So that is trying to get clout. Maybe it's not clout off of him, but it's trying to get more viewers and eyes on you. And you think that would equal to have more pay pigs? Like, I think it's all just a desperate ploy because he sees that his support is dwindling and his whales are leaving. So he's trying to get more whales. He's trying to get more eyes on him. So he's doing stupid shit like
he's talking about. He really has absolutely
what benefit
no
would you have by fighting him if it's not clout?
Because
Phil,
he has a crispy
why would you be going this
and a peanut
fucking
butter
hard
complexion, and he works out every day, and he has
to try
a
to get him to fight you?
And he has the godlike setup,
in the game,
and he has the HD camera. That he has clout. He has no clout at all, zero.
Oh, but you do though, huh?
To be offered to be on the lolcow podcast.
Oh
but
yes,
he
but
thinks
you
I'm
have the clout
chasing
for that.
him.
Uh-huh.
I made a small segment on my podcast commentating
You're both
about
fucking
a stream of
clowns
his
on the
that I watched
internet.
an
Calm
hour
down,
snippet of,
people.
and all I have is a few
This-
common, tame, unwild questions
This
about
man
it,
could have had.
and he thinks
he
that's
could have been
clout
rich.
chasing him.
He could have.
Okay?
He could be on the same level as, well, maybe not as well off as Keemstar, but he could have his own large house that he owned, not a condo, an actual house, have all his bills paid off, retire early, like all this, and he couldn't do it because his brain just doesn't work right.
Interesting.
If he actually
Damn
like,
sure don't.
it's crazy. It's like, and I get it. I'm not the best at saving money either. I like to buy things for myself and everything, but like, if I was making the kind of money he was making, I would have at least saved something or invested it in some way. You know, either bought stocks or saved it or invested it in something. He could have actually started his own business, like an actual business, if he wanted. But he doesn't. Or he didn't, I mean, at the time. Now he's not making nearly that much. But, and he has to beg for it all the time.
Point that, yeah. That's another point that Keemstar brought up.
Yeah.
You could be sitting here making tons and tons of money. All you gotta do is laugh at yourself, but you know.
But his ego can't handle
too
that,
smart.
though.
Nope.
And like, again, like, he himself admitted he was making way, like, crazy amounts of money during the machinima days. Like, if you didn't blow it all on gin and alcohol and stupid trips that didn't help or anything like that, like, if you didn't fucking give up immediately after the Homefront Revolution video and all that stuff, like, you could have, like, been using that money. He could have been on Easy Street, retired, had a nice big house somewhere in Seattle somewhere, didn't have to do work, maybe hop on like once a week to stream if you really wanted to, and people would just flood in and give you money. Nope. He fucked it all up, and he alienated his own fan base and abused them all, and they all left. And he's fucking here like this, a shell of a person.
Let's continue. If you want to play me in anything, well, I'd like to play you in Street Fighter. I want to play you. But if you want to play me in anything, it's going to cost $5K. Okay? Let's analyze this portion of the DM. Okay?
And I love how he always goes like
$5,000. Okay?
He always fucking goes all
LTG, I have something very important I need to tell you now.
grammatical Nazi on people.
Please,
like, oh, I think
sure
you mean this, and I'm like, yeah, dumbass,
LTG,
that's what
Mr.
he fucking meant.
A
lot of people are on mobile phones and stuff, so
okay,
like,
please listen.
Sometimes typing and spelling issues happen.
In this realm of existence, this
not everyone is on a desktop 100% of the time or has a keyboard.
This planet, this country,
and especially if I'm typing fast on my phone, I'll make mistakes.
In the home you live in, on the stream you stream, there is nothing at all that someone would ever pay you $5,000 for. At all. There's not $5,000 of value that you could provide. Do you understand? No one will ever pay you that much money for anything in your life.
Same with you, Phil. You had a chance with 50,000, but you blew it, and you'll never get that opportunity ever again. And on top of that, you were only worth $50,000 for that podcast because of how irredeemably stupid and ignorant you are. That's not something to be fucking proud of, okay? It's really not. Like, this motherfucker is so much a clown, like the biggest fucking idiot we have online. We have to get him on this fucking podcast. And because it was Keemstar, he actually had the money to do that. If it was anyone else, they would not be offering that kind of money for him at all, right? So it's like, no, Phil, you lost your chance. No one is ever going to offer you $5,000. You can do it like a million marathons all you want. You're never going to get $5,000. You didn't even get $1,000 for the last couple marathons you had put together. Like, I think the last marathon he only had like 300 something, 350. That was it. for a marathon, and that's all he knows how to do is marathons, right? And that was his 15-year anniversary bullshit. So it's like, you're not worth that anyway. And weren't you saying LTG was getting like, no, he said he had 2,000 viewers. He didn't say he had $2,000. I don't know how much LTG makes in a stream or anything, but I would wager he probably doesn't have to beg people for it. I think that's a little bit worse. What a fucking moron.
So it's time to give up on that. I don't know why you think that someone's going to pay you $5,000
to get you to shut the fuck up. That's why. He's like, dude, I know you're not going to fucking do it, so either give me $5,000 and I'll join your fucking fight with you on your stream, or shut the fuck up. That's why he did it. He put an outrageous number attached to it to get you to shut the fuck up. That's what he did.
To do a match.
He wasn't being honest because he knew you weren't going to pay for it.
Okay, it's never going to happen.
That's what he was counting on, so you could shut the fuck up.
Lolcow cast. No one's going to pay you $5,000 for a Street Fighter grudge match. You don't have that value. Do you understand? You get it?
But he really thinks he does, though.
A big smack to the face.
He really
and maybe you can wake up now and realize your true value.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's super insulted by what you said, Phil. You really got him good.
It's not a $5,000 payday. That's absolutely
fuming right now.
To ask for that from anyone. No one would pay you that much money for anything you would ever, any service you would provide on this planet. No one would pay you that much money.
They wouldn't.
It's time to have more realistic expectations.
You're right. For both of them, for any lolcow, no one's going to pay that much money for any of them.
It was a running joke where people would be like, well, I guess I got to settle if I want to find a partner. Because, you know, I'm never going to find anyone who's like perfect. It's time to lower your expectations, all right? If you really want something, be more reasonable. 5K is never going to happen because no one values you that much. This is not me insulting you. I swear to God, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to be you give reality here.
He lowered his expectations with Kat. I mean, that's a major step down from Liana to Kat. I mean, he settled for anything he could get, and that was all he could get. And to be honest, like, if she ever leaves him, he's probably never going to find anyone again. Like, that was the best he could do.
No one likes you enough that they're going to pay you $5,000 for anything.
And even then, it's clear they don't have an ideal relationship. It's clear there's issues behind the scenes. I don't even think they sleep together. So it's like...
Period.
That's the best he can do. Okay, he definitely settled.
Continue. This is sad as fuck. For you it is. Because you literally...
It's sad as fuck for both of you. You guys are both fucking clowns.
But you still slammed me for 10 minutes, completely unrelated to anything that I said. Stop mentioning me and upgrade your streams. Now, this is great. Once again, I said I would not mention the guy again if nothing came of it. But you contacted me.
Because he didn't watch that video, dumbass.
With a really stupid DM.
You think he really thinks he watches, like, he watched everything you sent him?
Okay? We already went through this yesterday. My streams look better than LTG's.
Not really. They're both a fucking shit.
Streams are clean. They don't have a bunch of clutter on the screen.
That's clutter behind you, Phil. I'm sorry. That's fucking clutter. You have boxes with fucking curtains draped over them. You have fucking stupid little action figures behind you. And really shitty 8-bit art behind you that you've had set for, like, over decades ago. Like, it's cluttered and it doesn't look good. I mean, LTG's background doesn't look good either, but they both look like shit. And your fucking lighting is shit, too. It's barely be able to see half the time. You're barely able to see it half the time.
My camera quality's better than his.
That's up
My
in there, too.
My backgrounds are better than his. My entire setup's better than his. He doesn't get that because he hasn't seen my streams.
These are
like
two different kinds of narcissists just going at it.
He's not looking at the new stuff. You know what I mean? So
why should he look at the new stuff?
Seriously, what on earth?
It hasn't improved as much as he thinks it does.
You're talking literally out of your ass. So this is hilarious. Here's the ending. Godspeed. And with lickety-split Godspeed, LTG proceeded to ban me and block me on the X app so I can't actually respond.
Because he's done with you. He's fucking... I'm sorry. He's done with your fucking ass. Because it's so tedious just listening to you talk. So he's like, no, I am ending this conversation now. I said my piece. kindly fuck the fuck off. I'm never going to talk to you again. We're done. Goodbye, sir. Good day, sir. You lose.
Because the truth is, I would have just responded directly to him and not shown you this today. I would have actually just, let's have a gentleman's conversation
nothing
and talk about it. But instead, he blocked me. So why would you send me this and say, hey, for $5,000, I'll be in your content?
Because he knows you're a bitch and he knows you're not actually going to do it. He threw that number up to get you to shut the fuck up because he knows you're not going to pay that kind of money for it. So he threw a ridiculous number up to get you to shut the fuck up and stop begging him for you to be on his streams or for him to be on your stream.
Block me, so there's no way that I could actually respond and say anything about it. What if
He's
I actually
so
was going to say,
stupid.
okay,
He can't read people at all.
$5,000, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. Let's have you in my content.
He doesn't even think it's reasonable. That's why he picked that number.
So he just blocks. So now the only venue that I have to talk to this man is this right now. Publicly speaking to you.
He doesn't want to hear it. He's done with your ass. That's the point.
Made into a joke because you shut off the opportunity for reasonable conversation because you're a fucking
reasonable
idiot.
conversation.
Okay, so now.
But you wouldn't provide reasonable conversation when Keemstar was trying to communicate with you, would you?
All right, let's get a little real now. All right.
Oh my gosh.
LTG, you fucked up. All right.
Oh, I'm sure he's really regretting
I was
his
being very nice to you.
actions right now.
Calm, very commonplace.
Oh yes, calm. Even though I was insulting you a whole bunch through the different things I was talking about.
Questions about your content.
Non-criticizing my ass.
I had no problem with you at all.
At all.
And you took it upon it yourself to do a 10-minute rant about my personal appearance, about the quality
because he
of my
was
stream,
insulting you.
About a million things about me.
Because you insulted him, so he insulted you back.
Continuously bringing up a 50K podcast.
That's how it works.
Obviously, you're incredibly jealous. You're never going to get offered.
No, he's just showing how stupid you were and not taking it.
Took the first step towards a public feud.
Oh
now,
my God!
I don't like to
Phil, you did
at all. I don't want to go back and forth with you,
motherfucker. You did, Phil. You fucking did. You always do. Whether it be Keemstar, whether it be side scrollers, whether it be fucking LTG. Who was the other one? That fucking guy on Twitter who had the arcade cabinets? They were all started by you. And then he backs off. He's like, oh no, I didn't mean any offense. It doesn't matter if you meant offense or not. The way you said it, the way you wrote it, comes off as fucking offensive to people who are autistic fucking morons like you. And I'm not saying all people with autism. I'm not saying that. But he is. And I'm like, he doesn't understand that the way he talks is inherently, inadvertently insulting to people. Because he's so used to talking in that way, he doesn't seem to understand that it is inherently insulting and demeaning the way he talks about other people. And he always brings up these fucking people first. And then they clap back, and he doesn't understand why people are clapping back at him. And then he plays the victim. It's like, I didn't say anything wrong. I had non-criticizing questions about his stream. You were insulting the man's stream. And he took offense, clearly, and he clapped back at your ass. That's what started this whole thing. And now he is done with your fucking ass. He blocked you, so he doesn't have to see any more of your stupid shit. And I guarantee you, Phil, he's not looking at... He didn't even look at your first video. He's definitely not going to be watching this fucking video about it. He's fucking done. And he doesn't care what you say in response. But you started every drama arc of yours is created by you. And he doesn't understand that because he's locked himself in his house 24/7, except for the 4 hours a time he goes out, right? He doesn't know how to fucking talk to people. And his only social interaction with almost anyone is online only, because I guarantee you him and Kat don't even talk that much. So it's like he doesn't know how to talk to people, and he doesn't realize that the way he fucking communicates with people is insulting by nature. So people everywhere get offended by it. I'm sorry, but it's just pissing me off. And not for LTG's sake, because they're both fucking idiots. But, like, my God, you're fucking stupid, Phil.
Because that's a waste of everyone's fucking time. The only reason that I would ever involve myself in something
Why am I getting so mad?
Because I feel like we can get something
I'm
out
sorry.
of it, all right?
So, you don't gotta apologize,
I have some recommendations
but,
for you, all right? I want you to...
Same thing that everybody else and all these other fools out here. I mean, they say dumb shit, do stupid shit. You got the right to be mad.
How does he not see
like,
this? Like, mate, like like,
I mean,
like if you think, like, if the entire world seems to be against you, and it actually is seeming to be against you, maybe it's fucking you, because like the whole world isn't just gonna randomly turn on someone for no fucking good reason. You know what I mean? Unless he's like falsely accused of something, but that's very rare that would be the case, right? So it's like, no, maybe you're just a fucking idiot. You're the asshole. Maybe that's the thing. You ever think of that, Phil? Maybe you're just a giant asshole. But oh God, no, I can't be me. It has to be everyone else that's at fault. I'm not going crazy. It's the world.
Reassess your own.
There's a funny thing about that. Like, he knows.
To give a little bit back to you.
I think deep down, he knows.
Criticizing yourself and you're praising yourself.
He can't sit there and type in his own name on YouTube and not see that it's him. Because if you type in his name on YouTube, all the detractor shit pops up way before any of his bitch ass channels. So he sees it's just because he won't comment on it because it's going to hurt his ego.
Yeah, and he can't admit that he's ever wrong for anything because that would hurt his ego too. So he can't actually admit to anything. So he's like, "Oh no, it's their fault. I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm the innocent victim." And he always, "Oh, you're punching down on me. How dare you?" Phil, you're 260,000 sub channel. I'm pretty sure no one's punching down on you. I'm pretty sure fucking.
So we're Jahawing him.
We need Jaha.
We're giving him the Jaha treatment. Right? Yeah, well, he was in King Slide's chat yesterday.
Wait, was he? Nice.
Yep.
I was watching that one, Densey Scrolls, the new one. Oh my God, it was so good.
Yeah, Jaha made a real appearance the other day.
And he's like, "Dude, I can't take it anymore. Just shut the fuck up."
Well, he's about to go on Detractor Beam's channel. They're trying to talk him into it, so.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, we're about to see the man who had Phil crying in the fetal position.
Oh man, I hope so. That'll be great. Because fucking DSP over here doesn't understand how fucking diabetes works and trying to get fucking Banke killed, basically.
Yeah. Type 2 diabetes is something you
no,
don't play
that's
with.
just what they say when you're unhealthy and overweight. No, that's actually a medical fucking condition that they test for, Phil. Jesus.
He's basically saying it doesn't exist, but see, again, if you notice how nobody was speaking while he was talking, and after Jaha cursed him out, they ended the thing abruptly because you're talking to a man who has something that can mess his insides up, something that could put him on dialysis, something that actually could get this man to have become an amputee because for some that could lead, God forbid, that could lead to that something bad happens, and then they gotta cut something off, or all this other horrible things that go wrong with DSP knows everything. He's a doctor. He's got a medical degree, and we don't know shit, and diabetes doesn't exist.
Yeah, diabetes isn't a real disease. That's just what they say when you're overweight. You're like, "Oh no, I take a shit 4 times a day. I used to take." Well, back then he's like, "I take a shit 4 times a day." Well, that's not normal either, Phil. But that's not what he's talking about.
Nope.
Oh my God.
No, if you're going to the bathroom that much a day, there's clearly something wrong, homie.
Yep. And guarantee you, he doesn't actually go to the doctors even for a yearly checkup.
No.
I mean, I know he has some kind of health insurance, but it's not good health insurance. Huh?
The doctor's trying to upsell him.
They're trying to upsell me on blood work. What the fuck is this? I'm like, no, Phil.
Don't go to the gym.
Yeah, the doctor's going to upsell you on living healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
if you're gonna criticize people, all right, at least use proper like descriptive adjectives, use proper vocabulary.
And now
For
we got the
example,
racism coming out.
Something was nagging me yesterday after I watched.
I've been saw he was racist. He done said flat out said the N word a couple of times during them Dead Sea Scrolls.
Oh, of course.
The references you were making. Peanut butter complexion.
He especially said it when he tried to impress some girl, some ugly ass female gamer.
Like it's something positive. Okay? Do you know what peanut butter is? You understand what it is? It's fat.
Yeah, something that feels scared to eat for dinner.
It's grease, and it's all smashed together into this ooey, sticky paste. You ever
love peanut butter, though.
Peanut butter? You know what it feels like? It's gross.
A lot of normal people do. Not
you get it on,
you're
you're like, oh, it's stuck on my hand. I gotta wash
upsell.
my hands. I can't get it off. There's peanut butter all over me. It gets stuck to the roof of your fucking mouth when you eat
doesn't
peanut
mean
butter.
he's actually putting it on his face, you retard.
It tastes good, but it's actually gross. It's like I said, when I think you say peanut butter complexion to me.
Yeah, he's like overhyped, like he's overanalyzing things to make it seem like he's smart when he's
and you're like spreading it on your face, and you got these big lumps of peanuts.
That's
stuck
not
all over
what
your
he
head, and it looks like you're
meant,
covered
you
in
idiot.
fucking
You
giant
know what he
zits,
meant.
Big infected zits ready to pop. When you say peanut butter complexion, it makes you think your skin is gross. That's the worst
most normal
adjective you
people
can
don't
use.
think that.
Stop using it. Say, I have a clean complexion. I have a nice, smooth complexion.
Oh, gee, thanks, Grammar
Then I would
Phil.
understand what you're saying. If
English
you're saying peanut butter,
Phil.
no one knows what the fuck
I don't think he really cares
like
if you understand what he was saying or not, honestly.
Let's do something else. You know something you kept saying?
I think that was
really
more
drove
for
me
his
nuts?
chat than for you.
A nice, crispy hairline. Nice, solid, crispy jawline. He loves the word crispy, okay? Now, when he's saying that, what he's meaning is my hairline is neat.
He is so
symmetrical.
offended
Look at
by
my
that,
face.
too.
My face is like proper, like if you know geometrically proper. My hairline is good. He kept bringing up
You
my
mean
hairline. My
symmetrically?
hair's fucked up right here. See how fucked up this is?
We need to be
Yeah,
offended by the
he's
fact
bringing
that he
up.
thinks
But
everybody
he's
is
like the
stupid.
crispy hair, crispy.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Crispy.
And like,
do you know what the word crispy?
he's the one who misuses words all the goddamn time, but he's over here trying to correct someone. He's trying to correct Mr. African American over here, LTG. Because, oh, no. You know what you should have said was this. What you should have said. I'm like, bitch, you misuse words all the fucking time. Just shut the fuck up. We all know what it meant. Any normal person knew what it meant. You're the idiot overanalyzing bullshit for no reason.
Phil's comfortable with being, he's comfortable with being infamous.
Crispy
They're all
even
comfortable
means,
with being
okay?
infamous.
Crispy is referring to something that has been cooked or scorched to the point
You
that
can't
when you touch
cancel
it, when you
someone
bite into
who's
it makes it crackling or
so
crisping
stubborn they
sound or
refuse to admit
sensation.
they were canceled.
That's what the word crispy means, all right? The word you're looking for is crisp.
Because they don't have
hairline,
humility. There's no
hairline.
There's no bottom, like there's no rock bottom for these people.
Your appearance is
They'll
crispy
dig all the way through
this,
the entire earth.
every morning
They
before
won't
you
ever
go to
get a
stream.
rock bottom.
So what the fuck are you talking about? You're not crispy, dumbass.
He could literally be like homeless with only one pair of clothes with his phone streaming in a gutter somewhere, streaming while he's fighting off a rat for a small piece of cheese.
No, he's gonna run back to his parents' house.
Oh no, I know. I'm just like thinking the worst case scenario for him. That's not like involving him dying. And I'm like, him like with like just one pair of clothes, homeless in a gutter, sitting down, like trying to fight this one rat for a piece of cheese, and he'll be streaming that on his phone to fucking YouTube. And he's like, guys, this is bullshit. Give me my piece of cheese, you fucking rat. I named him Sir Snuggles, but he's being a real piece of shit right now, and that wouldn't even be rock bottom for him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just... This man has no rock bottom. These people just...
Well, it's...
And it would
it's
be
just so much fun. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It would be extremely ironic, too, considering all the people that he insulted and said, oh, what are you, some, like, fucking man-child living with your parents in your mom's basement? And then it turns out he has to go live with his parents again in Connecticut, back to his own little fucking bedroom. That would be the ultimate karma right there.
Yeah, it would. It's gonna happen eventually if things keep going the way they're going anyway.
Oh,
because,
exactly.
I mean,
yeah, it's gonna happen.
all this stuff broken in the house, money spent on stupid shit. Wife probably plotting a divorce. People trying to actively get Ellen to show up at his front door to get him kicked out, and there's no point in going that far because Phil hasn't done anything.
There's no
anything
point.
of real importance.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. There's no point doing anything to him because he's always going to do something to himself. He is keeping his own self down in the gutter. He's never going to rise up above his station. He's never going to improve his life situation because he himself is fucking it over. With his drinking, he's drinking himself to death. He has no one claims they're a former alcoholic and still drinks on stream for donations. No one's doing that. So he's drinking himself to death. He's has this horrible gambling addiction where most of his money goes to that. Like after the bills are paid, 100% of his money is going to that. He has nothing saved up for the future at all in case something does happen. It's unbelievable.
Of course not.
And he's never gonna be able to improve no matter how much money his dents give him. That's why we shouldn't be mad when people give him money because it's never gonna help him. It's always gonna go to gin, alcohol, his back taxes, or WWE champions. That's all it's going for. It's never gonna actually help his situation out. He's never gonna improve his setup, and he claims it's already improved, but it's not. He's never spent a single out. It's not his money at all in anyway. It's always his dent's money. He doesn't make any money. He never earns any of his own money. So all his money that he gets is his dent's money. But he doesn't even use his dent's money to improve the stream. It's always shit that's gifted to him by his dents. So it's they have to pay him money, and then on top of that, they have to donate the shit to improve the streams themselves. So it's literally the stream that the chat bought. The chat owns his streaming stuff. He doesn't even own his own shit. It might as well be called Dent Side Podcast or the Dent Podcast because they paid for this podcast. They set it up basically. They fucking handhold it. His fans, his dents, they basically play the games for him. They tell him where and how to go and what to do. They paid all this money to set up for the new camera, the new backgrounds, the lights and all this stuff. What exactly does DSP do other than bitch and go on his boring ass pre-stream podcast? Nothing. If you think about it, all he has is his dumbass pre-stream podcast. And most of that you could just go on Twitter and find out for yourself. So he has nothing of value that he adds. It's literally a stream, a channel that's made by the fans for the fans. And he doesn't input anything into it otherwise. The chat and his dents own this channel more than fucking Phil does at this point. And they should be the one getting the income revenue and stuff. He shouldn't be. It's obviously not going to happen because he'll fight tooth and nail against that. But it's literally not even his stream anymore. Not his channel. The only thing you look at the screen on his, the only thing he bought was those art pieces back there. And I guess technically the flag. But, yeah, because he bought those a long time ago, so it's possible he paid for that when he still had his job. I don't know exactly what year he bought those at. But if he bought those after he lost his job, when his fans were giving him donations and money, then still his dents and his fans paid for that too. I know his fans bought the soundproofing. His fans paid for the fucking Pac-Man ghost, and the stupid little figurines came from special editions and games that his fans bought. His fan made this fucking border with the Level 1 podcast and everything. He doesn't own anything. His fans paid for the chair. They paid for the new TV. Literally, he didn't pay anything out of pocket except arguably maybe the art. Because I don't know what year. It's insane if you think about it.
He probably did.
Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead. No, I'm done.
No, go ahead. Yours first. He probably did pay for everything out of pocket. Remember, this is somebody that they claim still somehow, some weird ass way makes 100,000 a year. Which, if that's really happening, he doesn't need anybody else's money.
Well, OIC
He really
apparently
doesn't.
does have a lot of money and gives it to him for some reason. And I don't know what they do for a living, if anything. Or if they just have a lot of inheritance they were given. I know fucking... What was it? That Jeff guy? What the hell was his name?
Dahmer.
No. His fan. That used to be like a
You said
PayPal.
Jeff, right?
Yeah, not King Tut. It was,
Yeah, it was Jeff. It had a number with it.
Yeah, like the guy who claimed his wife died and he was using the inheritance money to give to Phil or whatever and donated a lot of money to Phil. Like, and then it turns out his wife didn't actually die. So it wasn't inheritance money after all. It was just money he was giving him. And he ended up lying about his wife being dead. And that's fucked up. Why would you lie about something like that? I don't know. It's fucking crazy.
You're crisp.
Yeah,
Use the right
sad fans
fucking
are gonna
words. You
be
sound
crazy.
like an idiot every time you open your
Because
fucking
they're
mouth
settling
and you
for
say
less.
something dumb like this.
And he's going, like, I've been hate watching, for lack of a better term, I've been hate watching this guy for years, right? Years I've been hate watching this guy. And he's never been as insane and crazy and off the rails as he has been this year. This year is a fucking roller coaster ride. Like, last year was boring, man. He didn't do anything. There was very little, there wasn't a whole lot to talk about. We didn't have nearly as many detractors. I know I wasn't making content until just recently because of all the crazy shit that he was doing this year. It took until this year and him doing all this insane bullshit for me to actually start making content. But I've been watching him for a long time and watching other detractors for a long time, right? And it's just this year is off the hook. Like, I don't know what happened. I guess maybe it was the fucking side scrollers interview just fucking broke him or something, or he's going through some second or third midlife crisis of some sort. But he is just fucking, his paranoia is like up, like maxed out, like insane levels. He's just going crazy and starting drama left and right. It's insane. Like, I've never seen a year where he's like this nuts. Like, poor Secret Limited, man. He's gonna have to make like 3 different top 10 videos. It's gonna have to be like top 100 moments of DSP gaming in 2023 at this rate. Because holy shit.
Grow up and use an iota of the intel. I know you're intelligent. I know you're an intelligent dude.
But I'm
you say the
insulting you
dumbest
based
shit
on your
and you're trying to use it
intelligence.
as an insult against someone. Say the right fucking word, you moron. Like, seriously. Shut the fuck up about other
I know
people's
you're
appearance.
intelligent, you fucking moron. What?
If you can't even describe your own in a way that makes any kind of fucking logical sense to the audience you're talking to. 90% of the people listening to you are laughing at you because they don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Same
bands,
with your
crispy, what the
audience.
fuck? Get a fucking dictionary. Get a thesaurus. Jesus. Now that that's been, I got that out of my way. Let me get this fucking stupid fucking thing off. Okay? Now, I'd like to finish this in a way that it's going to kind of be productive rather than destructive. All right? You fucked up.
I'm going to keep begging for fight with you over and over again. You really fucked up. You really missed out on opportunity.
You didn't have to,
blah.
but you just thought, it's free reign for me to just say and do whatever the fuck I want.
Because you insulted him.
Wrong.
You
don't
insulted
just get
him.
to say and do whatever the fuck you want on this planet without consequences. Consequences have actions, pimp. So,
oh my
it's
god, this fucking idiot.
Play me in Street Fighter 6. Stop being a bitch.
Oh
Stop
my
making
god.
excuses. Stop demanding unreasonable money that no one's ever going to pay you because no one values you that much. Play me.
He can't get it through his fucking head. DSP, Philip Burnell, he is not ever going to fight you in Street Fighter 6. He might fight you in real life at this point before he fights you in Street Fighter 6, bro. He's never going to fight you. Stop begging so much for this. You're begging harder for LTG to fight you in Street Fighter 6 than you usually beg for money from your dents. This is insane. How does he not get it through his thick, dumbass skull? He literally cut off communication with you, so you don't have to, like, to get it through your head that he doesn't want anything to fucking do with you.
In fucking Street Fighter 6. Let's make it a rivalry. Let's make it one of the most epic Street Fighter 6 rivalries
never gonna
ever.
happen.
Let's make it the big first rivalry.
Oh my god, this guy's
Let's
insane.
do it. Evo weekend. Play me first to 10. We'll lay
no.
down some rules. We'll make sure that both parties agree and both of our fan bases and hater bases are on the same page. It'll be one of the most streamed events ever in Street Fighter 6. People will be super fucking hyped for it. Let's do it. Or shut the fuck up forever.
Wow.
I mean, he kind of did. I mean, after he sent that, he's not talking about you again, so he kind of fucking did that anyway. You started this whole fucking mess. And now that the mess, like, and then after he sent that tweet, or the Twitter or whatever, he's like, okay, I'm fucking out of this shit. This shit's fucking stupid. It's not worth it. But that's the end of it. At least for now, as far as I can tell. It's just insane.